we have our list for Death Battle Season 9, and we're going to see how well it matches up with the rest of it. All that and not more on today's episode of BrobusCast Death Battle Edition. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. This is going to be a weird one. I'm your host, Brobuscus. With me today is ZDogg.
Can we see into the future?
And Richard.
If some of these happen, awesome. If some of these don't, fuck.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
All right, so we're back again. Surprise!
Surprise!
So,
we may or may not have built our own Season 9.
yeah.
Emphasis on May.
Emphasis on May. Yeah, we just thought it'd be fun to basically take a bunch of matchups we think are likely to happen this year and throw them into a Season 9 list.
Yep, and we had a lot of fun because we had to go through extensively just what are the plausible reasons for these to most likely be in Season 9.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and now we are going to relay them to you in song form. Wait, no.
No, please, no.
I thought this was the musical episode. Come on.
Aw. I do regret not putting the Disney Princess Battle on here. Make it happen, you bastards! It can happen! I'm telling you, how many more fucking movies do we need for it to happen?
That's not foreshadowing, by the way. It's actually not on here.
No, it's not.
Alright.
Also, quick note. Actually, a few quick notes. For one, this has nothing to do with our discussion. I'm paying attention to a Discord chat right now because as we're recording this, Death Battle Cast is going on. I don't expect anything to come out of it because they're just talking about another community battle they suggested, but just in case.
Yeah, so that way you don't castrate us in the comments saying, "How could you not talk about this?"
Yeah, with March right around the corner, anything's possible, really.
Exactly. All right, so we should probably talk about how we got this. Oh wait, no, you.
Yeah. Another note.
Sorry.
So ZDogg is gonna be the one that edits this one.
Yeah. Hi, ZDogg. Put a funny image on the screen right now. Thank you. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay. So this is gonna be done a little differently. Visually at least. So what I was thinking was those templates, the season templates.
Yeah.
I was thinking just have that on screen, just put thumbnails across the board.
Okay. I can do that.
So a few rules here. A few things a few guidelines I put in. So first off, we're going with 16 episodes. 16 seems like a safe bet. So, they could do 20. We don't know. But,
I pray not.
We're just gonna play it safe and do 16.
Yeah.
There are gonna be a few Marvel vs. DC fights on here because, of course, there are. There are some new franchises here. Probably not as much as I would expect, but this seems to be a recurring thing when they talk about this season. It's like, oh man, look at all these new franchises we're going to be putting in. And I mean, to be fair, with the teases we have so far, half of that is true.
Yeah. Most of them are just returning franchises.
But
we are gonna have at least. We have 2, but I wanted at least one Western cartoon fight. Because the last few seasons have had at least one cartoon character.
Agreed.
Yep.
We do have a Rooster Teeth property here because, why not? Last 3 seasons have had them, so why not?
Yeah.
We also made it a point, or at least I did, to not have any returning combatants starting with season 7. Because that was pretty recent.
Yeah.
And this was something I wanted to make absolutely abundantly clear. This is a predictions list.
Yeah. Not a wish list.
Not a wish list. This list would be completely different if it was a wish list.
Absolutely.
But no, this is.
Although, if you want us to do a wish list, if you want us to do our own personal wish list, then let us know. We'd be happy to do that.
I mean, sure.
Or in the future.
Yeah.
Others.
We need more content, guys. Come on.
Like a collective, like top 20 or something. Yeah, I'm down. I've been meaning to do a top. I've been meaning to do a countdown of my most wanted for ages, and I just never did. So screw it, why not? Anyways, yeah, we wanted to make this as official as possible. Obviously, there's a 99% chance that this order and the matchups will be completely different.
Yep. Oh well.
But yeah, we did our best. We tried our best.
We did.
Yep.
So let's jump right in.
Yeah.
So episode 1. Obviously, it's a season premiere. How do we figure this out? The last couple episodes with teases had the first character shown be in the season premiere, which, as we mentioned before, in this case was a little weird. But we ultimately went with Jonathan Joestar versus Tanjiro Kamado.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, and it should be pretty clear why this matchup is a thing. We talked about it when we talked about Tanjiro before. Although update since then, I have gotten into Demon Slayer.
Nice.
I watched the first season of Demon Slayer.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. I have a little bit more investment now.
Cool.
And I also went back to our old, I say old, it's like 2 years old now, prediction blog on this match just to get an even better idea. I did kind of spoil myself for the future of Demon Slayer, but oh well.
Oops.
I don't really
Whoopsie.
I don't really care that much. I do hope the actual episode doesn't do anything like that though. Because the manga's over. The manga's long over. But the anime.
But the anime is still going.
Yeah, the anime just got renewed for a 3rd season, so.
Huzzah!
Cool.
Yeah. Although, I'm just gonna say this now. I don't know who could voice Tanjiro in this. But whoever they get, if they ever decide to do Koichi, literally just get the same guy. It's the same. I knew it was the same voice actor. But it is. But like, Tanjiro is straight up. It's literally Koichi. Like voice wise, it's literally the exact same. Like because like Genos is voiced by the same guy too, but his voice is completely different.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize how debatable this fight is. Like it really comes down to. Okay, Jonathan wins.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that now.
Jonathan ends up winning.
But really,
But
it's mostly just because of speed.
Yeah, but every other category, it's like it's close of
It's
some
close.
kind.
Yeah, it's just Jonathan's faster, and he has ways to get around Tanjiro's abilities, whereas the same can't be said for the other way around. But like strength and durability is borderline dead even. With Tanjiro just barely scraping ahead.
Yeah.
Thing is though, is that Jonathan is much faster.
Well,
Like
yeah.
It is not a contest. So yeah, that's our first steps. That's what we think the first episode's going to be. Jonathan versus Tanjiro.
Yep. I think it would be a pretty fitting way, a pretty cool way to start the season. So.
Yeah, no. Anime on anime fight, and the applications of how it could be done, voice acting, animation wise, and track wise. Yeah, I think it could be a pretty decent season premiere. Obviously, it's not going to top the past season premiere, but it could definitely be a top contender for number 2 or even 3rd best season premiere if it's executed right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. One thing I hope they do it, but I also hope they do it right, is how they start the fight, because both of them straight up would not fight each other. But okay, so Tanjiro travels the world with this box on his back, and in that box is his sister, Nezuko. And the thing is, so basically the whole point of Demon Slayer is Tanjiro went out one day, did his thing, got greeted by a bunch of people, was a happy boy. Then he returns home, his entire family is slaughtered, and his sister has been possessed by a demon. But the thing is that unlike every other demon in the world, Nezuko actually had some semblance of humanity to her, and that she will never harm another human being ever. So basically, he's wandering the world trying to cure her. So one idea I have seen for how the fight could start is Jonathan takes notice of Nezuko and the fact that she's a demon. Yeah, attacks her. Not kills her, but
I hope.
Yeah, just incapacitates her.
Yeah, just incapacitates her. But because obviously he doesn't know better. All the demons in his universe are freaking psychopaths.
It's true.
I just hope they don't because that's also a major point of Demon Slayer is that the Demon Slayer core, when they see Nezuko, they freak out and they're like, "Oh, demon, kill it!"
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be fitting. Anyway, so going from one tease combatant to another.
Yep. And another new franchise to another.
And another new franchise, yeah. So yeah, the next one we got Magneto versus Tetsuo.
Yep.
Yes. I still need to see Akira. I will see Akira. I swear to God. It's on fucking Hulu, dubbed and subbed. I'm gonna get to it.
Oh, well, that gives me a good excuse. I haven't seen it either.
I've started watching it. I haven't finished it yet. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Tetsuo. Okay, if they had shown Magneto, then we would have somewhat of a discussion here.
Yeah.
Is it Magneto versus Tetsuo? Is it Magneto versus like Accelerator?
Dr. Polaris.
Stop.
It's straight up not Magneto versus Darth Vader.
No, it's not Darth Vader.
Guys.
But
no, yeah. I mean,
but then
to be fair,
showing Tetsuo, I'm like, okay, yeah.
to be 100% fair, there is a slight chance it still could be Mewtwo, but like it is still probably going to be Magneto.
Yeah, but
I guess it's sure it could be Mewtwo.
Tetsuo makes the most sense. I can live with this. And plus, too, hey, it's a Marvel versus anime film fight. I think that's much cooler.
Yeah.
Sure.
Plus, Magneto is long overdue for this freaking show.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, really long overdue.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, we had his son, we had Wolverine, we had Beast, we had Rogue.
We're getting his daughter.
Yeah, we're fucking getting his daughter. How could you not put him in? It does. Like, we need more X-Men representation in Death Battle.
We so do. Holy crap, we so do.
Yeah. Dear gosh.
Oh, and we had Storm last season. How can I forget Storm? Sorry.
True, we did have Storm.
Yep.
So the fact that we got Silver Samurai before Magneto is genuinely hilarious to me.
Dear gosh. Yeah, freaking cool.
To be fair, that is one of the coolest episodes ever, though.
Yeah, it is.
Any play? Tetsuo, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
you're going to die.
This is okay. The first episode, we kind of said that it was kind of close, but with one character just barely getting an extra leg in. This one's the complete opposite. It's a fucking stomp.
Yeah. Magneto's absolute. I mean, even if it was Mewtwo, Tetsuo would still lose. No. I know. I remember hearing some people were saying oh, Tetsuo has this really big end of series feat that makes him universal or something. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, about that. Yeah. So even though I haven't seen it, I have heard about this. That can't be used because he dies. His body can't contain it, and that leads to his demise. Sorry. So you can't even use that. Even if you did. Even if you do though, doesn't Magneto skill?
Yes.
Or does Magneto skill higher? Yeah, I figured.
Yes. Yes, he
okay.
does.
I mean, yeah.
Last I checked, Magneto is an Omega level mutant.
Fine.
Yeah, and alpha level mutants can bend the universe like paper. So.
Okay, fine.
Magneto still wins.
I mean, to be fair, not to undersell Tetsuo, because what I remember, he's the highest he gets is planetary levels of power, from what I understand. I forget what the feat is, but I know he is around that level. But
highest I've heard outside of Universal's freaking city. So.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to watch Akira, but yeah.
I do feel bad though for Tetsuo because this is going to come down to Tetsuo comes from a film that has been heavily referenced and inspired by tons of different creative films and mediums that we love and look forward to today. So really, it just feels it's kind of it's awesome that he's in here, but it's he loses badly.
Yeah,
it's so weird that it's so heavily referenced though, because outside of the references everybody knows, isn't Akira pretty much a dead franchise? And it's one movie.
I mean, yes, it is, but again, it's you said, because it was such a big deal at the time. It influenced so many things, just off of the top. most recent. All right, best example. It influenced The Matrix. Like the Wachowskis were completely inspired by that film, along with many other anime films when they wrote The Matrix.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of like a kill sort of thing. I just hope that Tetsuo doesn't get as much. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Because when Ryuko got in, special treatment. That's the word I was looking for.
Right. Okay.
Because when Shadow vs. Ryuko came out, so many people had so many complaints about it that are prevalent in other episodes and no one cared then.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
So I kind of hope Tetsuo isn't the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on who's writing it, because really, that's I'm sure it doesn't intentionally come into their minds to do those characters like that, but it's just they have to come up with ways to make the fights entertaining and interesting. But unfortunately, that is true. Along the way, we do kind of get some not so well developed actual battle segments when it comes to those characters. Ryuko being a good example, because again, the whole Kill la Kill community was up their ass by saying, "Oh, why is Ryuko acting like how she was earlier in the series when you're examining her when at the end of the series, and this is not how she acts."
Yeah, but again, that's been a thing for a while, and nobody cared then. So why do they care now?
No. I don't know. Well, I mean, to be fair, this is the anime community we're talking about.
I guess, but still, double standards. Anyways.
I know, yeah, but no, point taken. But yeah, no. I'm just hoping that this is a good episode, but I can see so much happening with it visually.
Right.
Yeah. I hope.
Also, they have to do the bike reference. I don't give a shit that they did it. I don't give a crap that they already did it with Link versus Cloud 2. They have to do it again.
Yeah.
I hope they get I don't know if they do it, but I hope they get Edward Bosco back.
Oh yeah.
Because he voiced Magneto in his DBX.
And it was good.
Yeah. I hope they get him back because he was good. And he hasn't been in Death Battle for a while, so.
A while? It's been like, what, 3-4 years?
3 years.
Gosh.
Yeah. I mean, if last season can bring back Valentine Stokes and Gianni Machagrano, then I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Fair. Also, you need to put in Welcome to Die.
Well, duh. That's kind of a Magneto staple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, you like this?
Also,
you like the?
Wait. We should probably mention since we didn't before. Both these, the first two episodes we put as being 2D sprite animated. Should probably mention that.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. It's good that you brought that up. Yes.
So we did pick styles. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Because that plays a factor. But anyways, So you like these? Do you like this trend of 2D sprite fights featuring anime characters?
Well, good. Yeah, we got another one.
Here's another one, and it's not a tease one this time.
Nope.
Huzzah.
Nope. And you have Richard to thank for this one.
You
did.
Because episode 3 in our minds is Trunks versus Silver.
Yep.
Okay, so look,
get your guns out right now, everyone.
All right, look, let's get down to brass tacks. All right, it's been long overdue that we get this fight. I know a lot of people, Brobuscus and ZDogg, don't want this fight. Oh, sorry.
I mean, I don't have much of a problem with it anymore, admittedly, but.
Okay, but I know no one wants this fight. But it is something that I think is worth seeing, because again, we've had Sonic characters in Death Battle, pretty much kind of been meh. You know, some of them are better than others, but last year with Shadow coming in, and this year it would just be very appropriate to do Silver, especially since this is kind of a big year for Sonic. They are putting a lot into his anniversary this year, so it would make sense. Trunks
we're getting a new movie, we're getting a Netflix show, we're getting a new game. Yeah, they're doing a lot.
Exactly. But in any event, and Trunks is somebody that I've wanted to see in Death Battle for a long time, and this is the best recurring matchup these two have for each other. It's not the best, but hey, you know, what does it matter? In any event, I want to see it, especially also since we brought up that Magneto's kid is coming into Death Battle, so why not have the father? Same thing with another father combatant character.
Yeah.
So, you know, you need you need Trunks in there, and
plus, I mean, it's that's kind of the same thing as Magneto, where I feel like Trunks should have been in a long time ago.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I mean, Trunks has been in not one but 2 DBXs.
And neither of them are that great.
No, neither of them are that great, but I mean,
I like Trunks versus Link well enough.
Although I should also mention this too, because there is that kind of question. If this fight is going to happen, if it is going to happen this season, I think the best course of action for them would to be use Xeno Trunks against Archie Silver, and not.
But they're not going to do that.
No, well, okay, hear me out, okay. Because I do believe they're going to do this. You can't use Game Silver versus Dragon Ball Z or Super Trunks because it's just a massive stomp in Trunks' favor, and it doesn't do Silver justice. So the best way you can do these characters justice is you have to use the appropriate versions. Xeno Trunks would be the most obvious one for Trunks because that is the most powerful incarnation, more powerful than his super counterpart. And for Silver, you have to use Archie. It just makes sense. You don't give him a handicap like that.
I don't know. I want that, but I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cool, but I think they would just stick with regular about. So
we'll see. I'm hedging my bets.
Although I am curious how they would handle Trunks, because like, isn't his Z and Super versions like different people?
No, they're more or less the same. They're for the purposes of this, they're the same. They are both the same.
Okay.
But Xeno Trunks is also Z Trunks, but different. He's much stronger than his Z/Super counterpart because he actually has the ability to go Super Saiyan God, so that automatically puts him at a universal level.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Z/Super Trunks, his best cap was close to universal. He didn't even the gap wasn't that big. The best he could do was just keep up with universe level destruction beams.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Silver dies either way. That makes me sad.
Well, I mean, again, if they use Xeno Trunks, then Silver wins. Because Archie Silver is multiversal.
Well, okay, Archie's weird. Like, as far as like unique abilities and Unga Bunga stats are concerned, Archie really only affects people like Sonic and Knuckles.
So it shouldn't count for Silver, is what you're saying?
It's weird. Okay, Silver obviously doesn't get like. Okay, there's nothing Archie exclusive for Silver that he's got. Like there's no like Archie exclusive super form like with Sonic and Knuckles.
No, but he still has the regular super form when he uses the Chaos Emerald, all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yes. But it's because like that's where Archie Sonic's like insane power comes from. It's his reality warping and fate BS. Archie Silver is just regular Silver, but more powerful. That's really it. Like, there's nothing really special about it.
Yeah, but I feel like in that case, again, I don't want to drag this out too much, because if it does happen, then we have a lot more to say. But I will just say this. I do think if you feel like Trunks is going to get the obvious win no matter which version they go with, that's not entirely true. Because just because Xenotrunks has Super Saiyan God, and that puts him at a universal level, he is still not immune to reality warping bullshit. Like, he's still out of his class. And I feel like even if Silver has a fraction of that power, he automatically has a better leg up on Trunks than Trunks does, because Trunks is a more straightforward, close-up combatant. And his variety of techniques isn't really that good. Whereas with Silver, even if it's only a little bit, he still has ways to take out Trunks before Trunks can take out Silver.
Well, let's hope, because I would really rather have Silver win. And I know it's like, oh my, look at the Sonic fan. I know, but at the same time, I am so sick and tired of Silver hate. Holy crap!
I know. I know. Okay, look, I say all this, and I say all this, and both of you know, and everyone else kind of knows, I'm the biggest Trunks fan on the fucking internet. I love fucking Future Trunks. He is my favorite character. I put him above Vegeta, for God's sakes.
I like him better than his kid version, but that's not saying much.
No.
I don't know. I've seen like a lot of different sprite animations of this matchup. Even they're like, oh yeah, look how awesome Trunks is. Oh, look how Silver is, and I'm like, ugh.
But again, see,
I hate it so much.
Death Battle always likes to have their different interpretation, so that's why I think it's most likely they are going to use Xeno Trunks, because regular Z Trunks has already been done to death in this in the other sprite animations that have done this fight. So really, it's like, and plus too, it's like Z Trunks is powerful against Jinx Silver, but really, it's just like, again, that's just not fair. I feel like you have to use Archie.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure we've had bigger stomps than this fight before. I mean, we did get Core versus Storm.
It's true.
I'm pretty sure it's more unfair.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I put this on here because I really do want to see it, even though it would potentially cost my boy an L. But it's like, it's a W for Silver, and let's really be fucking honest here. Trunks has won this fight in different interpretations too many fucking times.
Too many times.
So Silver really needs this W. So yeah, I put it on here because I want to see it, and I want to see Silver get the W he deserves.
And I mean, to be fair, I mean, I'm sure it's going to happen eventually, whether you like it or not. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, side note, for obvious reasons, you have to get Kaiser Neko to come back as Trunks. It's no
duh.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's like he is the next to Eric himself. He's the best voice for Trunks.
Look, if they're getting Taka for Alucard, then like Kaiser as Trunks seems pretty obvious to me.
No excuse.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Yeah.
This next one is a 3D fight.
Yep.
Yay!
And it's actually the Rooster Teeth rep we were talking about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're pulling this one out early.
Yeah. So fun fact. This was actually because what we did for this is we each made our own season list, and we actually
Yeah.
So yeah, we each made our own season list, and obviously, so what we decided is have each fight we shared basically be confirmed, and then fill in the rest later, which we did. This was like the only one.
The only one.
This was the only one besides the T's combatants that was shared between us.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. So
very interesting.
So it is. Well, I guess I can say it. It's Cinder Fall from Ruby versus Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. We're getting another Avatar character in this season.
Hey, it makes sense.
Yep.
It does.
Last 3 seasons have had Avatar characters.
Yep.
What's one more?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, okay. This one, unlike the previous ones, I actually dig.
Yeah. Plus, we're kind of running out of Avatar reps, like the heavy hitter Avatar reps at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other one the only other one there is left is Sokka versus Jean.
And Katara.
Mm-hmm.
And Katara. Yep, that's it. Other than that,
and that's really it.
I know. We can go back.
Unless they want to use Korra's cast, like Tenzin or Asami, or actually, yeah, that's about it.
Heaven forbid, Mako.
We don't talk about Mako.
We don't talk about Mako. Freaking I don't like that guy.
I mean, hell, I'll even take Bolin.
Anyways, yeah, Cinder versus Azula.
Yeah, I was going to say one more.
Okay.
Maybe we can get Avatar Kyoshi in Death Battle.
Oh, maybe. Like with upcoming Avatar projects. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, Azula versus Cinder. This one's actually been recently debated and requested.
Yeah, because they are both the worst.
Here, let me give a more vulgar term to it. They're both evil bitches.
Yeah.
Look up bitch in the dictionary, you see these two.
It's just fun to see two of the worst get needing to kill each other. It's satisfying.
Yes.
And I like both shows, and I don't really like either of these two.
I mean, I liked both shows, but I only liked one of these. I don't find Cinder all that entertaining.
I mean, she's getting better. Like that. I don't want to say anything about Volume 8 because ZDogg hasn't seen it. But,
fair.
There's a little bit of character building for her in there. It's
cool.
Some people would say it's not enough, which I get, but it's something.
Yeah, I mean, right now I don't really have that strong opinion. Like, her powers are cool, but like I don't have that much of an opinion on her otherwise, and I don't think I've seen enough episodes with Avatar with Azula in it for me to care. So
I mean, she's only.
Azula's just one of those characters where, like, every time she speaks, I want to punch her in the face. I'm like, shut up, you freaking brat!
well, here. Let me blow your mind. It doesn't help that she's being voiced by Mandy from Billy and Mandy.
That's funny. God.
Although it's also crazy that she's also being voiced by Daphne Blake from Scooby Doo. God, Bray Griffin is a talented actress.
Yeah, she is.
Oh yeah. So speaking of actors,
yeah, they can get Jessica Negri for this. That's cool because she's great.
Yeah,
I like her a lot. Both as an actress and as a person. I haven't met her, I would like to.
Yeah.
She seems like a really, really cool person. And she's a cosplay artist. She literally, when they did Ruby Rewind for a while, they stopped that. I don't know why, but they had her on after her big Volume 5 episode where she quote-unquote dies, except not really, when I don't know why people were so hell-bent on saying that she died, but whatever. And she dressed up as Cinder, and it's literally perfect. So that's pretty great. So yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know who on Earth could voice Azula because they are not getting Grey Griffin.
Unfortunately, but they're gonna have to. I think they can get someone. They can get someone who's talented to do a pretty decent Grey Griffin impersonation. There aren't that many, but as long as they can capture the mannerisms of Grey Griffin, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because again, if you go back and you watch Avatar, like Azula's one trait is technically two. She's calculating, and she's just fucking maniacal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the actress who does end up playing Azula can pull that off, huge props to her, because most of the fan casting they've gotten for the Avatar combatants we've seen in Death Battle have been pretty spot on, with the exception of Dante Bosco.
Oh yeah, because Dante Bosco is Zuko.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Avatar casting they've got so far has been pretty good. So,
let's keep it up.
Wow.
Yeah. I could see this being very cool visually because again, especially seeing the Grim part features.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see Azula Cinder try to absorb Azula's energy because she'll think like, oh, you have like firepower, you must be a maiden. It's actually funny.
Then she finds out.
It's so funny because both of these two are actually exactly what the other is hunting for.
Exactly, yeah.
Because Azula having firebending, Cinder's gonna think, oh, you're a maiden. All right, well, I gotta kill you now. I gotta kill you and take your power. And then Cinder's gonna throw out a bunch of elements because she can do more than just fire. And
then Azula will think she's the Avatar.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's wonderful. Yeah, it's actually.
It is, yes.
It's actually a really weird common misconception for maidens. Like, they only have access to one element. Like, the Fall Maiden has fire, the Spring Maiden has, storms or whatnot, and Winter Maiden has ice. No, it's been stated that, and it's kind of shown, that maidens all have the same powers. There's no, element exclusive to a specific maiden. They can all do the same stuff. So whenever they fight, it just comes down to skill.
Yeah, no, for real. And again, expanding on that, it'd be fun to see Azula's firebending, lightning bending, and her overall martial abilities in this, and then you have that juxtaposed with Cinder, who is kind of a long distance fighter. So it would I love those type of fights where it's long distance versus close quarters combat. So good stuff. And it also just be cool to see, holy shit, is them just using the Cinder model and then building an Azula model from the ground up.
Yeah, imagine Azula in the Ruby style. That'd be great.
It would, yes. And,
that'd be cool.
Oh man. It is.
Right.
This could potentially, in my opinion, if this is executed right, this could be another potential Goku Black versus Reverse Flash in terms of their fucking egos are all over the goddamn place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently saying Cinder wins has become somewhat of an unpopular opinion.
Really?
Oh, okay. Well, here, let me clarify that. Cinder wins!
I mean, okay, so...
Okay.
the argument I hear is there's some like not meteors, like some weird like feat from Avatar Roku or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it sourced. I feel like I would have seen it because I've seen both Avatar and Korra. Okay.
It's probably from the comics that I told you.
It's probably from the comics. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, some Avatar Roku feat got like city level. And it's like outside of the Avatar state, so Azula would scale. Probably.
Okay, well, another reason why you can make that, why I could see people making that argument is, well, spoiler alert. Sorry, ZDogg, this isn't really big spoiler, but it's spoiler nonetheless. Is Azula and Zuko are actually the grandchildren of Avatar Roku.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe, but even then, I don't know. I mean, okay, Azula has been able to keep pace and even kick Aang's ass on their multiple bouts that they had.
Yeah.
And Aang, by the end of the series, he is somewhat town level. With his comics, he does take on a meteor feat of his own, but again, that rounds out the town level, not continent. So there is that, but I don't know. I'm sorry. Look, I think Azula would win in most scenarios because she does have more versatility with not just fire but lightning, and she's also extremely experienced in hand-to-hand combat since she was a kid. I mean, her fucking evil-ass father made her train.
The one thing I will say that is like 100% in Azula's favor is she's definitely more level-headed.
When she wants to be.
Well, okay, like she had a breakdown moment at the end of the series, but that's because of like a bunch of things going wrong all at once.
That's true. Yes, that is true.
Like,
but
whenever Cinder gets into a fight, like whenever things are looking bad for her, she loses it.
Yes, but that's true. The only thing I would
also Azula's probably faster as well because Avatar Lightning got better calcs than Ruby's did.
It's true. Yes, it's very much true.
Like I just rewatched Aang vs. Ed because and I think they said like Aang's lightning timing feat, which he like redirects Ozai's lightning, got like 150 something times faster than sound, whereas Ruby's is only like Mach 80.
Yeah, well, I mean, bear in mind that we have to take into account that there were two contributing factors to that. It was stated that Ozai's lightning is the most powerful out of all of his family, Azula only being the second one. And number two, there was Sozin's Comet was empowering them all at the time. So the lightning feat.
Right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Although Zuko did the same thing to Ozai, and he was empowered by Sozin's Comet at the time.
Well, no, that's because there was basically an eclipse that was blocking all of the firebenders' firebending, and as soon as that left, Ozai was able to immediately shoot lightning again.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, point still stands. For me, the reason why Azula loses is she doesn't have a viable way to kill Cinder. Like, what can she reasonably do? Other than electrocute her or burn her to a crisp. There really isn't much she can do. Whereas Cinder has a variety of different ways to kill Azula if she wanted to.
Plus, like, it's so annoying because like, Penny just got a really cool feat in Volume 8, and
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, like she like lifts up a collapsing Amity Coliseum, like the entire freaking Coliseum. She's lifting it up so that she can get it like into a good enough position for a communication to get out.
Yeah.
And I've seen it calced like 5 times, and each time gets lower and lower. And I'm like, what? Why?
What?
Why?
Okay.
Like it started, and it got like I think it was like kinetic energy was like 2 something megatons, and then potential energy was like 4 megatons or something. But then like it got lowered again to like 260 kilotons, which is large town level. And then recently, I don't know where this came from, but apparently it got lowered again to like 15 kilotons. I'm like, all right, that's something weird's going on. Something's going on here. Like that seems way too freaking low.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, cause whatever.
We'll discuss that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we'll discuss that more when we get to that.
Yeah.
An episode with that.
It's funny though, cause like like I said, I don't really like either of them. But if I had to pick one, I would rather see win. It's probably Cinder because I like Ruby more. But like as a character, I probably prefer Azula.
I do. I prefer Azula as a character because there is a gradual progression into her madness, whereas Cinder, in my opinion, it was one-dimensional and didn't start getting three-dimensional until much later.
I mean, I'd still like to see her get like burned to a crisp, but still, whatever. I'd say she got off too easy, but then again, she's still like losing it, so I don't know.
Cinder or Azula?
Azula.
I mean, well, again, if you read the freaking books, she actually was held captive, but then she would escape when Zuko was going to find his mother. And then basically she tried to kill her mother because she wanted to know why. Why did you do this to me? Why this? Why that? And then after that, she disappears and she's never seen again. Her fate is still unknown.
Okay, well, never mind. She got too easy.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. Also, the music for this would be sick. I just realized.
Oh, yeah.
Music for this would be sick. Anyways, moving on. Back to the teases.
Back to the teases. Right back.
Hey, so you notice how we've gone pretty far without a Marvel vs. DC fight?
Let's change that.
Let's change that. Because we got Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna.
Yep.
Yes, and okay, alright, before y'all ask, well, why didn't we put this much earlier? Well, simple, because what comes out in May?
Yes. Doctor Strange.
There you go. Yes, and Scarlet Witch will be the kind of co-protagonist and maybe antagonist of that? We don't know. But either way, that made it seem more appropriate to put this fight here, because again, Death Battle has done this thing in the past where their fights do like to coincide with the release of a Marvel film.
Yeah. Or at least they tried to. Venom Corona.
Yeah, they try,
Venom,
but you know.
It was too late by then. Venom 2 got delayed like last second.
True.
Anyways, I still need to watch it. I have it on DVD. I don't know why I haven't.
Good, it's very good.
Anyways, yeah. So yeah, here's our. We have another Marvel vs. DC fight. Never mind. I was like, so here's our Marvel vs. DC fight. There's one more. Yeah, this fight would be freaking cool.
Oh yeah, obviously, visual-wise, it would be so cool to see all of their unique different spells go after each other. It could just be very great. Because we've never had a magic on magic fight.
Yeah.
Wait, well, we have. Well, we have. We had Dr. Fate versus...
Yeah, we had Strange versus Fate.
Yeah, and that was kind of mind-trippy, so this could kind of be a somewhat better improvement of that. But yeah, man, this one's... debate-wise, however you look at it...
Who the crap wins?
I mean, I want to say Scarlet Witch does take it, if ever so slightly.
I think that's the consensus.
Yeah, because
it's like Wanda wins, but barely.
Yeah, because I mean these two are somewhat even, but the thing is like Zatanna is not the strongest magic user in her universe. She's in terms of raw power, she is, but she's mostly outclassed by Dr. Fate. And she is somewhat equal, or maybe not equal, to John Constantine. So
yeah, I was about to say, isn't even like John Constantine better?
Depends who's writing him at the time. I don't know.
Fair.
But either way, she is
Wanda,
in the top two most powerful.
Meanwhile, Wanda is bare minimum as strong as Doctor Strange.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, she's consistently proven that she can be his equal.
Yeah, Wanda is freaking busted. Like I'm sure Zatanna. I'm sure Zatanna is like absurd as well, but I hear more and more about the things that Scarlet Witch can do, and I'm like, what the crap? It's just she is absurd.
She is an Omega level mutant.
That's true.
Like father, like daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, at the moment, I'm going to go with Scarlet Witch. I also just want her to win. I have nothing against Zatanna, but I'm more attached to Scarlet Witch.
I'm the opposite. I would like Zatanna to win, but, you know, Scarlet Witch is the safest bet. And plus two, Zatanna is actually less of a bitch than Wanda is, because, holy crap, I hate that the MCU has now followed the comics and just like, oh yeah, we have to make Wanda a bitch now. Thank you. Just when I was starting to like her. Thanks a lot. Assholes. But yeah, voice acting, we have no idea who the hell could voice these two. Could be anybody.
Beats me.
Although I feel bad for the actress who has to play Zatanna, because she has to because learning how to speak the spells backwards, it's very difficult, and I would imagine a funny outtake reel of her just messing up the spells.
Yep.
But yeah, Marvel vs. DC fight, and first one, and I actually like this better than the last two we had.
Yeah.
You know, because it gets tiring. Yeah, it gets tiring seeing some hand-to-hand combatants. Give me some variety with the magic users.
Oh, you want variety? We'll get to that later.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get to that with our other Marvel vs. DC fight. Holy crap. But let's move on.
To the mid-season.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Not yet. Okay. Okay. Well, penultimate.
Still no.
Damn.
Yeah, this is episode 6. Okay. And it's our first SFM fight, or I guess blended, whatever.
Yep.
It's the same. It's not the same, but it's the same.
It's not the same. How dare you?
And it's Boba Fett versus Predator.
Yep.
Oh boy.
The hunt is on.
Well, I hate to say this, but kind of wish Predator would win, because god dang it, Disney.
So do I. I don't.
Because after the book of Boba Fett, it's like, wow, I don't think Boba Fett's gonna have that much fan base going for him.
Well, to be fair, some of it is people complaining that he actually has character to him.
Yeah. What?
Well, no. I'll go into my own thing, but basically, that's not the. It was just like they gave him character for 4 episodes, and then it's just like, okay, no more Boba Fett. Now it's other stuff that has nothing to do with Boba Fett, and he doesn't even appear in the episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's why I and probably the whole internet will be a little soured by this when it comes out. But either way, yeah. No. So sorry, your only mate. And Brobuscus. No Arbiter versus Predator.
No Arbiter,
for you guys.
Not today.
It's I almost want him to fight Star Lord at this point. Like,
why? Why do you people keep bringing up Star Lord? Why do you keep that is a stupid matchup? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny.
Kind of. Superpower Beatdown already did it. Go.
Yeah, and it was bad.
But it's still an accurate representation of how the fight would go.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Okay, sure.
I want to see Star Wars challenge Boba Fett to a dance off, but we're not getting it. Anyways, yeah, it's probably the Predator. It sucks because it's like I said before, it's probably one of the better matchups for Boba Fett, but man, I wish Predator would get someone else.
Yeah, I mean,
Arbiter and the meta are right there.
Yeah, I mean,
to
be fair, there could be some of a Boba Fett fight that none of us are thinking of. It's just, just out of his likely options we've seen, this is probably the one that they're gonna go with. So, I don't know. It sounds cool enough, even though it would tough freaking Arbiter hard. Dear gosh.
But so.
Well,
this
Predator about to go explodey.
Yeah, this could potentially be very good. I think in terms of it being our set, obviously it has to be set in a jungle. The stealth these two would use, and then having it be a close quarters fight with Boba Fett ultimately emerging the victor on that one. No surprise there. And, hey, it would finally give us a chance to see Boba Fett done justice, especially with the new Disney lore that has been added to him. Yeah, and, hey, it would be cool to have voice acting for Boba Fett, because this would be the first time we get voice acting for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Predator, you don't need to do voice acting for. You can just recycle the sound effects.
I was gonna say, I don't think Predator really needs voice acting.
No, probably not.
And besides, even if you're gonna do the voice,
unless you bring in somebody who can do those Predator sound effects, in which case that would be badass.
Which, by the way, I still can't believe this is a thing, but those sound effects, that's Peter Cullen.
Yeah,
really?
Optimus Prime did the sound effects for the Predator.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole...
I did not know that.
He did those crab-like sounds. And he did it with a bloody throat because he had just got done voicing King Kong.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
True story. He voiced King Kong in the 80s, in the late 70s, 80 film, and he caught a blood throat, and he didn't want to do monster voices. He told his agent, "I don't want to do monster voices," but they were like, "We need you to do voices. They need you to do voices." And he's like, "Okay, well, can I see the Predator?" "No, you can't see him. It's like you have to kind of just imagine him." It's like, "Well, I can't do that." And then he was all like, "Okay." Then they were like, "Okay, here. This is what he looks like when he takes his helmet off." And then he was like, "Ugh, he looks like that upside down shoe crab I saw as a kid." And he did the voice, and he actually remembered what that crab sounded like, and he was like, "Okay, let me try and do that."
Peter Cullen's a legend, man. My gosh, I love this man. I love this 80-year-old man.
Me too.
Makes me even more upset that Predator's gonna get exploded.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Also, too, should bear in mind. For this, they're gonna just use all of the Predators because they all scale to one another. So there really is. There's no de facto Predator they can use.
Yeah.
They can just literally compile all of them.
They're also probably gonna throw in legends for Boba Fett, which means we get Boba Fett with a lightsaber.
Nice.
I kind of hope we don't get that because
I want to see Boba Fett with a lightsaber.
We already got that though.
Cool. Let's get it again.
Do it again.
I mean,
no, I have to do it again.
Fine. I don't know. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know how they're going to do Boba Fett. I think they probably will just use Disney Boba Fett because when they first did the remaster of that, there wasn't much new information. There was barely any information on what happened to him post Return of the Jedi. But
because he was freaking dead.
Well, he wasn't dead. He was still
freaking
alive.
Dead.
Okay,
Disney
fine,
brought him back because Legends did.
Fair enough, but either way, with Mando Season 2 and the Book of Boba Fett, we do have a good idea of where he's at.
Yeah.
So I think it just makes sense if they, I don't know, just have it be Disney Boba Fett and not Legends. Because they've already used Legends twice.
Do it again.
Yep.
There's no winning.
There's no way.
And also, there's one thing I want to see specifically in the fight scene.
What's that?
I feel like you have to do it for any Predator fight. Have Predator's mask come off in some way, and then both Fett say, "You're an ugly motherfucker." Yeah, I have to have that. Come on.
I don't.
Yeah, I have to have it.
I mean, they'll probably do that. They'll probably
be out
do
of
it.
character.
I mean, yeah, but like.
I mean, it would, but it'd be
Oh
funny.
no, not out of. Well, not out of character in that way. Well, okay, see, that's the thing. Star Wars doesn't actually have Earth curse words, aside from damn and hell, but that's about it.
Well, just replace fucking with another word that sounds similar.
Yeah. So I don't think Boba Fett's gonna say motherfucker. And plus, dude, that's just not in character for him to say to be that degrading to something. He's seen tons of aliens.
Exactly.
It would, but he has seen tons of different ugly aliens before. So what would make Predator so special?
Look,
or just something similar, please.
Look,
that's all I ask.
Look, Canon Alucard isn't gonna say I'm a real freaking vampire, okay?
Okay, really? You gotta use that one against me?
I'm just saying.
Valid.
I'm just saying.
Fair. My worst curse word then. There we go.
Alright. Either way, this is gonna be an awesome fight to see, especially what the Blender team can do. I'm hoping it can be better than Link vs. Cloud and Yoda vs. Mickey levels of awesomeness. I said it right there. All of you get off my back.
We'll see.
And then watch, it's going to be Star-Lord, and this entire conversation is going to be pointless. Yay.
Well, at the very least, we can talk about Star-Lord.
I guess.
Oh my god. We'll get Star-Lord in Death Battle eventually.
Also, can you imagine like the 80s style music that Star-Lord is known for mixed with Star Wars music? I think that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, I can. Okay, that's the only thing I will agree. You would have to get Darewolf Media to do the soundtrack for that.
Well,
yeah. Alright. Moving.
Like I'm picturing like Wings of Iron mixed with Star Wars. Like
hell yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, but moving on.
Yeah.
Onward.
It's not another tease character. But it is a Western cartoon fight.
Hell yeah.
And this is another Richard fight. I'm just gonna let you know now. Cause it's Jenny versus Robotboy.
Yes. Man. Well, okay, technically it's mine and Red Runner's, but I'll take full credit for this.
Red Runner's not here, so
fair, but I got to shout out to him because he's wanted it.
Although Red Runner will 100% be Red Runner will 100% be here if this match happens. Just saying.
I don't care what I got to do. I'll get him here.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, you owe me, Dan. You owe me, man. You owe me. But no. Yeah. So this would be very, very cool to see. Like I've always imagined just how awesome it would be to see these two fight. Essentially, I think the best visual way I could sum it up for you is Astro Boy versus Mega Man Classic. That's pretty much what we'd be looking at in terms of how this would play out in terms of its animation.
Well, you're not exactly selling me right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay,
well, I don't know. Well, okay. The only other one I can think of is RoboCop versus the Terminator, but that's about it.
All right, that's a little better.
Okay.
I don't like Astro Boy versus Mega Man.
How dare you?
I don't.
It's a classic.
I don't care if it's a classic. I'm not one of those people that instantly likes something just because, hey, look how classic it is. Like, no.
That's fair. That's fair.
I look into its actual freaking quality. Anyways,
okay. Another good thing about this fight is very much like Static versus Miles. It would rejuvenate some popularity for both of these characters because, oh my god, are these characters now obscure as hell?
Yeah.
It doesn't help that Nick All-Star Brawl still refuses to put fucking Jenny in their god-dang game. Fucking bastards, man. Come the fuck on.
She might get there eventually. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she'll get there, and I won't play it.
I see how it is. I see how it is. Put fucking Garfield in there. Put fucking Shredder in there before you put Jenny in there. Bite my ass.
I'm still not playing
it. I'll play it if they add the fucking when they get the proper funding to do voice acting.
That's
get it,
really about it. That's really the thing that's holding me back.
But this is actually very close. Like I've seen arguments that Jenny would win, but then I've seen arguments that Robotboy would win. So really, this could be anyone's game. It just comes down to a matter of can Jenny's weaponry pretty much beat the crap out of Robotboy, forcing him to expand his battery life until he runs out. So there would be some tension there, very much like RoboCop versus the Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon, so automatically, my childhood is very happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you run into the issue of Viacom.
Yep. Despite the fact that they are doing absolutely jack all with My Life as a Teenage Robot, they got other plans. We're gonna put more episodes.
They're doing jack all of Danny Phantom. And they still blocked that episode.
That is so true. That is very true. But it would still be cool to see this fight. And I think like you could have so much happen with it creatively. Because the cartoon fights get better and better. Last year we did have kind of a snag with Steven versus Star, but there were still good elements in that. Here, it's two robots that have huge weaponry, and they would fly around and just beat the shit out of each other until one of them just breaks. That's much more fun, in my opinion.
Oh wait, did we specify that we have this classified as a sprite fight?
Oh yeah, obviously.
We did.
Look, I'd like it to be a hand-drawn fight, but I think sprites make the best sense for it.
Yep.
It's also not hell on their wallets.
No, yeah, and plus two, the past two cartoon-on-cartoon fights have been sprites, so you kind of have to keep that going here.
Yeah.
At the very least, the sprites that got are very cartoon accurate, so...
Yeah, also, the actors, you can technically have two actresses play both these characters, because Robotboy was played by an actress, and not an actual kid, boy performer. Although when he goes into his super fighting mode, he doesn't talk at all. He just stays silent. So, Jenny has more to say.
Yeah.
Okay. I have pretty much nothing to say about this fight, so I guess moving on.
It's cool, so that's it. Alright, now moving on to our mid-season finale.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Hey, does anybody like Arcane?
I haven't seen it.
Nope. Sorry, we're out of our league there.
Fun. Because it's Harley Quinn versus Jinx.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The most boring of the tease combatants. Oh boy.
I disagree, but no. I guess by technicality, yeah.
I mean, if I actually gave a crap about these characters, then maybe, but I do not. So.
Yeah.
Although that's not exactly Jinx's fault. I just never played League of Legends, nor have I seen Arcane.
Yeah.
I
mean, I might see Arcane if that's a good filter for me not to have to play League of Legends. I'll do it.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, me too. I've
I
heard
just
good
never watched
things.
it.
Same.
I mean, if Jinx plays a prominent role in that, or if she's in it, then hey, good on me, I guess.
Last I heard, she was the main character. So.
Yeah. And then there's Harley Quinn, who I have a complicated relationship with.
I do not like Harley Quinn.
Okay, I
honestly
liked
don't.
Harley Quinn. Okay, I liked Harley Quinn when she was created for Batman the Animated Series. I liked her appearances in The Batman. And anything that was before where she was now, it was good. But then after that, they were like, hey, New 52, hey, let's make Harley a child killer and a psychopath who thinks that that everything is Joker's fault when it's not, it's her fault. And then, she becomes a member of the Bat family, so she's kind of overused at that point. But then, my love for her came back in the awesome cult animated series, Harley Quinn, the Animated Series. So, yeah, my relationship with Harley is complicated.
I mean, I like her well enough.
I've never been
modern.
I've never
nowadays,
been,
but
I've never been a big fan of Harley Quinn.
Okay, the only time I'm consistently not a fan of Harley Quinn is when Tara Strong's voicing her.
Yeah.
Y'all can call me out for that all you want, but opinion is opinion. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, just saying.
Yeah, I don't.
Although speaking of, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't like Tara's performance either. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
But transitioning over to performances, I don't know. Maybe you can get some pretty good actresses. For this.
Nate brought up something that was interesting for Harley.
Okay, what's that?
On Lads. So you know how do you guys remember in Snake vs. Sam they got Chris Sabat to voice Snake when he said on cast numerous times that he said at conventions numerous times if I ever get the chance to voice if you got the chance to voice anyone, who would it be? He's like, oh, Solid Snake.
Well, we also said Batman, but go on.
Well,
lo and behold.
Okay. The point is, he got the role of Snake.
Yes, and he did it for free because he's awesome.
Yes. Now imagine that exact same thing for Harley, but for Barbara Dunkelman.
Oh.
Okay. I do like that idea of Barbara being. I mean, okay, no, this is not meant to be. This is nothing more than a compliment, but I look at Barbara and I'm just like, each time I've seen Barbara at conventions or photos she posts on her Twitter or her Instagram, I just look at her and I'm like, why aren't you Harley Quinn in anything? I mean, she's got that kind of Harley Quinn style down. Every time she's on something, like the numerous podcasts she's been on, she's a free spirit person, and she's done a lot of goofy shit. So she does seem like Harley Quinn material. But hey, and to make it even more official, she is blonde.
Yes.
Yeah. And wait a minute, she's also cosplayed as Harley before, if I remember correctly.
Oh, has she? I gotta see this.
Yeah, I think she has. It was either on her Instagram or for a Halloween costume party, she did dress up as Harley Quinn. But I think it was the one from the Suicide Squad film.
I don't care.
The first one. Okay.
Oh, she has.
Yes.
Yeah. Neat.
Future ZDogg, show that on screen.
Ba-bam. There we go.
Thank you, feature editor ZDogg.
And that's enough of that. Okay.
But yeah, I'm down for that. I think that's very good ideal casting. And again, I'm not against Barbara coming back in Death Battle because
no, she needs more roles in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then for Jinx, I don't know because I don't know her character that well, so I have no fucking idea who they could get.
Apparently, her official voice is Sarah Ann Williams. I just think that's interesting.
Really?
Okay.
Like, okay, sure. I mean, it leaves me kind of stumped because she's been on Death Battle before, but but like, okay, it always leaves me so stumped whenever an actor who has been on Death Battle voices a character officially. I'm like, how do you do
maybe?
this?
Okay, well, maybe she could voice her character or her in Death Battle because
I absolutely doubt it.
I mean, well, it's on Netflix, right? Well, who distributes it? Well, I'm sorry, not who distributes it. Who puts it together? Because if it's on Netflix, then generally speaking,
it is on Netflix. I know that.
Netflix isn't really that tight. Doesn't have that tight of a grip with their actors appearing and shit. If it was put, okay.
Okay, it is on Netflix, but Sarah does not voice Jinx in that.
Well then maybe you could just get her to play Jinx in this. If she hasn't shown up already, I don't know. Like if the thing is done by say Viacom, then okay, then I can.
Okay, sorry, I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Right,
the point is, if go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if my overall point is, if the people who put this out are someone like Viacom, Warner Brothers, or I don't know, Disney, then I could see a problem getting them to be playing these characters in the show. But if it's on Netflix, Netflix is pretty much its own independent thing. They just let their actors do whatever they want. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm convinced at this point that the casual community does not know about the Joker Venom.
Yeah, because Harley does have that.
Because I'm looking everywhere at the casual community, the YouTube community, podcast, other podcasts, and everyone's saying Jinx wins, and I'm like, huh? Like, are you serious?
Harley does have Joker Venom on her. She has it in various different... Like, okay, best example I can think of, Joker didn't just create Joker Venom for, like, his flower or his bombs or whatever. He actually gave Harley Quinn a ring and in that ring is a spike at the end of it, and whenever she touches somebody with it, it injects them with Joker Venom.
How fun.
Yeah. And
so basically she just needs to be faster than Jinx, and then...
And that Venom took down the Justice League.
Yes, the Joker Venom has been able to infect the Justice League. It's pretty powerful stuff, obviously.
I've said this numerous times, and I'm standing by it. Unless someone can give me a very solid argument for Jinx to be either A, resistant to the Joker Venom somehow, or B, much faster than Harley, until I see that, I'm sticking with her.
I mean, Harley also does have slight durability advantage. She does have superhuman level powers, but kind of like, okay, well, unless they go, because this was recent. Because best example, Harley Quinn actually now has official superpowers because she was engaged. Because she was engaged to Black Adam, and as a good token for accepting his proposal, he gave her the powers of Shazam.
What?
I'm sorry.
Harley.
Okay,
But
you
after that, after the thing was broken off, and she was talking to Ivy, and she leaned in to kiss her, it was revealed that maybe she does have a little bit of Shazam's powers still in her.
Dear gosh.
okay.
But
So you already lost me at Harley getting married to Black Adam. But the more you kept talking, the more I'm like, what is going on?
DC Comics, that's what's going on. Anyway, but
Thanks,
Harley
DC.
does naturally, because she's been with Poison Ivy for so long, Poison Ivy did give her a serum that made her immune and resistant to all forms of toxic radiation and poisoning.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so...
Cool, now Harley can't kill herself with the Joker Venom.
No. It won't work on her, either, regardless. So... Yeah, I see Harley winning. I thought Jinx would win this.
Harley wins. Like,
I didn't... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Harley so freaking wins, and I don't like that. I don't even like Jinx that much. Like, I just don't like Harley.
I mean, again, I say it before, I'll say it again. My relationship with her is complicated, but what I will say is I originally did think Jinx would win this, but then the more I thought about it, and now that you just brought up the Joker Venom, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. Harley almost always carries that shit on her. Then you take into the account that she does have superior combative techniques because she was a gymnast when she was a teenager. She has been able to go toe-to-toe with some members of the Bat family. And plus that, she has her own style, unique weaponry of gadgets and what have you. And plus two, had they done this episode came out much later and they were still working on it, potentially she could have had Shazam's powers in her arsenal.
Dear gosh. That's a weird thought.
Yeah,
it
is.
Harley shooting lightning.
Friendly reminder that Batman, or at least someone on Batman's league, was able to dodge heat vision. So,
it's true, and
Harley's faster, has Joker Venom. That's kind of a GG's.
Well, that is okay. I don't want to sound. I don't want to just assume this, but I'm pretty sure Harley also takes it in terms of combative intelligence, because Harley may act like a bimbo at times, but she really is fucking smart. She's a former psychologist, for God's sake, so she is able to break down her victims mentally and exploit traits. Like, if she could tell, Jinx has a tendency to lash out whenever she's not getting the fight done fast enough, she could take that. She could take advantage of that by just exploiting her rage and making fun of her, or just finding different ways to get around it. So yeah, Harley mostly takes the W in this case.
Fun.
Which, if you don't like Harley Quinn, then I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, for me, it's another W for the Bat family.
I mean, I'll take a Harley win. I'm not complaining, but
yeah.
I will take it.
All right, so moving on from a mid-season finale with a comic book character to a mid-season premiere with a comic book character.
Yep, we're halfway done. So,
yes.
Yep. So this one is a very interesting case.
Yeah.
So it involves a character that I'm very surprised hasn't been on the show before. You'd think they'd use this character by now. What do you mean that? Wait, they no, that episode doesn't exist. Anyway,
yeah.
So we decided to bring him on this season and pit him up against arguably his most popular opponent at the moment, and a franchise that has a very surprising amount of support recently to get on the show.
Very recently, actually.
Very recently. Yeah, wow. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm cool with it. It's Captain America versus the Kamen Rider Ichigo.
This one's kind of
Full disclosure, I still prefer Cap versus Guile, but we picked this one because it seems more likely.
I'm the same way. Or at least I preferred Captain America versus Soldier Boy from The Boys, but hey, it's Captain America, and he's finally back in Death Battle. You're not being in Death Battle.
What are you talking? What are you talking about? Cap wasn't in Death Battle.
Sure, he wasn't.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Brobuscus on the last episode. I only know much about Cap, and I know nothing about Kamen Rider. So this
I don't know Kamen Rider much either. I know it's Tokusatsu.
I've heard a lot about it, but
I know it is like the epitome of Tokusatsu, but that's about it.
Yep.
Like it is Power Rangers to the upteenth degree.
Well, that says a lot. I do like the idea of it's West versus East again. I love it when we do those type of fights.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And and again, it'd be cool to see Cap come back with a proper analysis done this time. Oh, well, Batman isn't just a boxer, but that wasn't what you said. Why did you think Cap was just a boxer, Death Battle?
Oh my
Good
gosh.
Job.
I'm sorry.
Clearly a back burner episode.
Clearly. Rumor has
but
apparently Ben said that for that episode, the end analysis dialogue, that had to be recorded at the last minute because they didn't have time. They only recorded the first segment, but they didn't record the last segment, so that's why it sounds inconsistent.
Great.
Did y'all just... Yeah, but... Anyway...
Yeah, but no, Pop needs a proper episode, so we're trying to say.
Yeah, he does. He so freaking does. Holy crap. Okay. Normally I wouldn't have much issue with a sort of back burner episode. They gotta have something... they gotta have some sort of plan B, just in case something goes horribly wrong. And wouldn't you know, something went horribly wrong.
Yes.
But why was it Cap? Why was it someone as popular as Captain America?
Yeah, no.
If you're gonna have a back burner plan B episode, at least make it someone who's relatively niche.
Yeah, because again, it just felt like this episode was, you go back and you watch it, it does not hold up well at all, because again, it was like Brobuscus said, it was an idea that they just had to come up with quickly, because if you don't remember, because we probably weren't around back then to be that invested in Death Battle, but
Godzilla versus
Tiger's Door.
Godzilla versus Gamera crashed Ben's hard drive.
Yes, so the date that they announced it was supposed to come out, and then would be followed up by Epion versus the Tiger Zord, that all went to shit. So they had to quickly come up with a back burner episode, and they had this in the pot. They just took it out, did it, quickly animated it, and it was a rush job, and bing, bang, boom. That's it.
Yep.
But Cap deserves better, god dang it.
He so
does. He really does. Holy crap.
It is about time. Plus, too, come on. It's like, how could you not bring him back after that? It does kind of suck that they didn't.
All the other original Avengers have at least one episode that still is I can watch that and have a good time, and then there's Iron Man who has two, but actually Hulk has two as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about Hulk?
Sorry, Iron Man and Hulk have two, so that's cool. And Cap's over here I just had a back burner episode and I haven't come back yet. What?
And I made a small cameo in Flash vs. Quicksilver.
Yeah, voiced by Craig. I almost want Craig to voice him again because I think that'd be funny.
It would.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Probably not.
Either one. Yeah, no, but okay. Well, see, that kind of leaves us with a problem here. We only know more about Cap than we do Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the consensus is on this matchup, whether Cap wins or loses.
All I know is that if Cap's faster, he wins. Because that shield is freaking busted.
Yeah.
Like that shield's got some insane hacks to it for some reason. Vibranium, man. Like, it goes places. So yeah, if Cap's faster, he wins.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
If he's not, then he probably gets horribly slaughtered. I've heard some absurd power feats for Kamen Rider, but I don't know any of the deets, so I can't comment. I so desperately hope Cap wins, but
yeah, same. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Yep. Yeah.
Honestly, like, no matter who Cap fights, even if it's against a character I do generally prefer, I'm probably gonna root for him anyway because holy crap, he deserves so much.
He does.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but no. Well, we'll see what happens. I do think they are gonna go with this, like, 'cause it definitely has eclipsed freaking Guile, Deathstroke in popularity. So I feel like, yeah.
It sucks because I would rather have one of those. I'd rather have either Guile or Deathstroke.
I wouldn't rather have Deathstroke, I'll be honest, but I mean I would like Guile.
I'm fine with either.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like on one hand, Guile hasn't been in Death Battle yet, so but on the other hand, Deathstroke's probably due for a comeback.
Meh.
So yeah.
Yep. Meh.
Well, at the same time, Kamen Rider does deserve to be in Death Battle, like in general.
Yeah.
So, I guess if anything, like Ichigo probably has like the most reason to fight Cap.
Yeah.
Because like his entire franchise needs to be in Death Battle. But
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay,
so next one's a weird one. This is kind of the an oddball matchup. It's not an oddball matchup in the sense like it's not requested. It's seriously requested. But like this probably wouldn't be the first matchup you'd expect compared to the millions on the table.
Probably not, but
and that's Gru versus Megamind.
Yes.
So yeah, this matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down. I think it'd be cool.
I like this one.
Especially after it was announced recently that Megamind is finally getting a sequel series.
Yes, I'm super excited.
Yes,
me too.
I really like Megamind. I know it's kind of like a cult following movie, which is weird for DreamWorks, but but I really like it. So
Same.
I'm super excited for Megamind's comeback. And if this matchup happens, I am so freaking rooting for him.
Yes, same here. Megamind deserves to take the victory, in my opinion. It is. It makes more sense to me, at least, to do that because Gru is not. Okay, how do I explain this? Okay, Gru is not the traditional type of fighter like another supervillain is. Like he's not Lex fucking Luthor. Well,
no.
He'll throw hands.
He's more like James Bond.
Exactly, yes. He's like a supervillain James Bond. He relies more on his gadgets than he does his actual combative skills. I mean, Megamind does too, but with Megamind, he does have more. So that's really what this will come down to, is who has the better gadgets. And I think it's a majority opinion that
That's
Megamind.
Probably Megamind.
Megamind. That D-gun, man.
Yeah, that dehydration gun, and the fact that he made a super suit that could copy all of Metro Man's powers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And plus two, Megamind is, in my opinion, if you watch the film and the short that came after that, he is fucking durable. The dude can take a beating.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, Gru is too. He, not many people can. I mean, name me someone else who's walked away from getting bitten by a shark, like mauled by a shark, and had several missiles blow up in his face.
Not that many.
But still, I mean, me wanting Megamind to win, it's not really much against Gru. I like Gru. He's a pretty cool character. I freaking hate Illumination, though.
Same.
Fair.
So not looking forward to the Mario movie, by the way.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because, like, I think Despicable Me as a franchise just gets progressively worse. After at the very least, after Minions is awful. And then Despicable Me 3, it's okay, I guess. It just kind of shows Illumination's kind of downward spiral. More so in the comedy and writing. Like, obviously, their animation is still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that the first two are very good. The second one is a big improvement, but the third one, I will agree, is just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And now we're getting a prequel a second Minions prequel, but this one is going to introduce Gru, and it's
watching it. Straight up, not watching it.
Yeah, no. And again, this will essentially be vindication for Megamind, because both of his and Gru's movies came out the same year, and
like 5 months apart from each other.
Yes, and Megamind was pretty much mistaken as being the ripoff, and he unfortunately got none of that shit that Gru got. Because again, Gru's film was really more targeted towards kids that would buy this shit up, and Megamind by DreamWorks was actually a good character study of a villain being a hero, and the hero kind of just quitting because, you know, he's tired and he wants to just live his life. Point is that Megamind got robbed, and I would this would be so cathartic to finally see Gru get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
But yes. It also if we didn't mention this, but this would have to be a 3D fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have it classified as an SFM fight.
Yes. I could see so much happening in this fight, like all their minions going up against each other. The amount of gadgets they would use, and the cartoony kill. Like, there's a ton of ways that Gru could be killed by Megamind. Also, too, the track would have to be kind of a mix of AC/DC meets whatever the hell the music choice for Despicable Me is, because
I don't know.
Megamind's film uses a lot of heavy metal tracks.
Yeah.
Voice acting, it'd be cool to see who they could get.
Yeah. I'm curious to see who they could get to match Will Ferrell.
I could see
if
being
if they can
Tom?
match Jack Black, then
valid, but still.
If maybe they could either get Austin, Tom, Nick, like I don't know, or just go out to somebody who can do a real Pharaoh impression. That'd be nice. Gru's voice is not that hard to do. It's just Steve Carell lowering his voice and putting on a funny accent.
Yeah.
But yes, I would clap if this fight happened because again, it would just be awesome, and it's just like, here you go, here's justice for Megamind. All that shit that Gru got, like it's payback time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super glad Megamind's coming back though. Like,
me too.
I didn't expect it. That movie came out in like 2010. Like
2010?
Or something like that.
Yeah, it was 2010,
okay.
I believe.
I was gonna look it up to confirm, because if I'm wrong, that's embarrassing.
Understood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it just cause.
Yeah, but no, I would really.
Yep, 2010.
Yeah, see, I know Megamind. Also, too.
Okay, whatever. Sorry.
If there's and just one last thing. If there's one thing you need to take away from this, Megamind is a much better movie than all three of Despicable Me films.
I agree. I like Despicable Me 1 and 2, but yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, watch Megamind if you haven't. It's actually really good.
Yep.
For real.
Hey, does anybody want to get back to Marvel vs. DC?
Yes, it felt almost weird to keep going without them.
Yeah, it's the next fight is the thing only spookier than a skeleton. A Marvel versus DC fight. Ooh. Oh no!
Oh no, the horror!
Oh no, the horror! I'm so scared. Except not because I actually would like this fight and I really want it to happen.
So okay, so a bit of a backstory for this one. Okay, we really wanted to cash in on that Spider-Man No Way Home hype. That plus Across the Spider-Verse, but more so No Way Home. So we didn't want to do just regular old Spider-Man. So we decided, well, at least from my perspective, I didn't pick this match, but
I did, didn't I?
I guess I'll just go ahead and throw out the match. It's Mysterio versus Scarecrow.
Heck yeah.
Yes, even though I originally wanted this to be, it still would have cashed in on the No Way Home stuff, but I wanted it to be Mr. Freeze versus Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Fair.
The match I picked was Sandman versus Clayface.
But this one, but ZDogg somehow managed to get an extra leg up on this, so here it is.
Yeah.
I want this one.
Okay, so the thing is, like, the way I see it, like, obviously the main talking point for No Way Home outside of rumor was the villains. Because we're getting a full we got almost a full-on Sinister Six. So it's like, all right, well, which of these villains could they use? Like, they got Goblin. The Goblin versus Joker is a thing.
You've got Sandman versus Clayface.
I almost picked Goblin versus Joker, not gonna lie.
You got Sandman versus Clayface.
Yeah, Sandman. Lizard, I don't like Lizard versus Killer Croc, but it is there.
Or Leatherhead. There's Leatherhead as well.
True.
And then of course the aforementioned Mr. Freeze versus Doc Ock.
Yeah.
And wait, who could Electro fight? Let's see here. I can't think of any. I mean, okay. Well, the best I can think.
I know people mentioned Cole McGrath, but like.
But Alex Mercer, damn it.
Well, I mean, if we're just going for DC versus Marvel, then I think the closest fight we could have gotten with Electro was Electro versus Livewire.
Maybe
Superman. Yeah.
Sure. But no, we picked Mysterio versus Scarecrow. A, because ZDogg wouldn't shut up about it. B, because
he wants his Halloween fight.
Yeah, that's
Dang
another
it.
thing. This is part 1 of the Halloween fight. So wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But also, okay. So by all accounts, Mysterio isn't one of the villains in No Way Home. I know there were rumors that he was going to come back to life. I'm just going to tell you right now, he doesn't.
But he was he was the main presence in that film. Like his actions did carry over into the third film. So
yeah,
he may not have been there physically, but he still had a majority presence for what was going on.
Oh, by the way, aside from what I just mentioned, there will be no spoilers for No Way Home. I'm just gonna say that there will be no spoilers for No Way Home because only me and Richard have seen it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm so behind.
The only reason I mentioned Mysterio not coming back to life is because I heard that rumor and I just think that's the dumbest thing ever. We literally see him get shot in Far From Home. Okay.
Yeah.
We literally see him die. So whatever.
But so this one's interesting because very much like Gru versus Megamind, these two don't throw hands at one another.
No, this is an illusion fight.
Yes, and so it's pretty much just think of this is essentially Marvel versus DC's version of Madara versus Aizen.
Yep.
Basically, yeah.
Basically. And I'm very curious to see how they would do it.
Because on the one hand, Jonathan Crane's illusions come from a gas that if you breathe in, basically, okay, it's you relive your worst fears, or in some cases, he can alter his appearance and he can just manipulate shit because he's in control of it. And then you have Mysterio, who uses technology to create these illusions, like mirrors and shit to cause hallucinations, special stuff in his suit that gives him the kind of ability to fly, and so on and so forth. So it's an actor versus a scientist.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of, okay, which is more viable, and the gas illusions or the technology illusions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in that regard, it's kind of difficult to pick a winner here because there could be cases to be made for both. But I guess if you just twisted my arm enough, I guess I would have to say probably Mysterio.
That's what I'm thinking too. Probably. I'm thinking Mysterio.
Although Scarecrow's gas has been just like the Joker Venom, it has affected top-tier members of the Justice League. Even Superman has been affected by it.
Okay, but the thing is that the thing about Scarecrow is that it's illusion based. You see it. Like obviously you're gonna see it. Like the question the question is more so can you fight it? And
in that case, it depends. It just depends. Like with Batman can obviously fight it because it's a matter of, okay, you have to conquer your fears and you have to master, your mental state, because it's essentially like super LSD. You trip hard and you're seeing stuff that isn't there, but your mind is tricking you.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's like Scarecrow is not a fighter. He doesn't.
No,
fight.
He's not.
He has engaged in some iterations. He's engaged in hand-to-hand combat, but that's only when he has his signature scythe weapon. But other than that, he's not going to throw.
Even then, Mysterio does that too, and he obviously he can throw hands with Spider-Man. That's kind of what's making me lean towards Mysterio.
And I would say that the technology. I mean, yes, with the Scarecrow drug has been upgraded multiple times to where it can affect anybody, including members of the Justice League, but again, there isn't much he has to go. He doesn't have much going for him other than the gas and maybe his sight. Whereas Mysterio, his illusions are far more superior because they're technology based, and I would argue that Jonathan Crane is much more liable to fall for that and kind of just be like confused by it than Mysterio being confused by the Scarecrow gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it seems like a fun discussion. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know about the fight. I haven't really given it much thought. I kind of want the set piece to be like how Mysterio's illusions work in Far From Home, like just like a dark black backdrop with some green smoke everywhere.
Yes.
I think that would be super cool.
Okay, wait a minute. I have the perfect backdrop and way this fight could start out.
Okay.
And it's so obvious. It's staring us right in the face.
Okay.
Both of these two. This fight takes place in Arkham Asylum, and both of these two are trying to get out of Arkham, and they find their equipment, and they fight each other.
That sounds cool.
That does sound cool.
Yeah, no, and it just makes sense. It's like either Spider-Man just decided to put Mysterio in Arkham, or Batman just caught him.
Yeah.
Either one is plausible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and you can make use of the Arkham set piece too, because again, Arkham is very macabre, very creepy, and I think it could play into both these two very well.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, yeah. So it's just like I said, I just really, this is probably like one of my favorite Marvel versus DC fights that they haven't done yet. This is why I'm kind of a little bit obsessive over it. Not to mention, yeah. And then, spooky fight, Far From Home, or No Way Home, hype, technically. Yeah, I think it would be perfect for this season, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And it is one of the most popular Marvel DC fights, like in general, like among the community. So.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. And I've always loved Scarecrow. He's always been a character that's
he's a cool.
fascinating to me.
I have such indifference towards Batman and his rogue gallery, but Scarecrow is really cool.
Yeah, no. And again, I just love to see how they write this because, this is going to come down to, who can throw a punch and kill one another? It's, no, whose illusions are more better in these, if these two were to fight?
Yeah.
Definitely. I just really want to see this eventually. And just don't put them against other people, dang it. Like, listen.
No, come on. It's like...
I feel like this is one of the close ones I haven't done yet. Putting them against other people would be a bit of a slap in the face. Not gonna lie, like Freddy's Scarecrow was cool. Just don't do it for Death Metal. Anyway.
Yeah, save Freddy Krueger for Pennywise for my boy Max.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Whatever.
Just like
yeah.
Ben.
Okay, so moving on to the actual Halloween fight.
You want a Halloween fight?
Yeah.
Like this fight, the Series of Scarecrow, it's kind of like it's spooky, but it's kind of tame. Like it's, it's your Marvel versus DC version of Madara versus Aizen. It's nothing like big.
No. We need something that's John Talbane versus Saberwolf levels of Halloween. We need something fucking hardcore. Okay. Can you blame us for putting this on here, everybody? You knew this was coming.
Yeah. Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers.
Yep. How?
Okay.
Why is it taking so long?
Exactly.
Okay, Michael Myers' final film of his new trilogy, which is a sequel to his first movie, comes out this year. It wraps it all up. There is no better time to do this fight than now. There's more than enough material. There's literally 2 decades. Well, count. There's literally 4 decades worth of material to use with these characters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, how the heck has this not happened yet? Like, come on.
Oh,
Like,
also
like,
too. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say this freaking rival is Cole versus Alex, and how the heck has this not been done?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Also, too, we should bring up the quality control for this fight, because when we were discussing this, we were like, how should this be? Because on the one hand, it can work as a 3D fight, but then on the other...
But on the other hand, more people are asking for this to be a live-action fight.
Yeah.
And normally we would have immediately said, oh yeah, live action. Let's just have it be classified as live action.
I'm just gonna say, this one we kind of cheated. We have it classified as both, like as an either or.
Yeah, because
it's really okay. It really depends on the state of the world.
Yeah.
If this was like it depends on that and when this was or will be filmed. Because if this was like a few months ago, then I think it's sort of safe. Obviously things are obviously things are still not great, but they're better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we went ahead and got freaking like
a new variant.
A new variant that literally sounds like something out of Transformers. So like, I don't know. I mean, they got really lucky with Winter Soldier versus Red Hood, because that was filmed like right before the world went to hell.
It was. It really was. And okay. On the one hand, I would really want to see my boys at Azula do this fight, and hell, I even have the perfect idea of who they could get to play to play Michael Myers. They can get well, I mean, and again, this could happen because they're friends with these people. They can get Kevin Porter from Superpower Beatdown to portray Michael, because he actually portrayed Michael Myers in a Michael Myers versus Luxie special Halloween episode.
Yeah.
So it could happen, but on the other hand, it's just I don't want anybody to risk their health just for this fight. It's not what I want. So if it has to be 3D, I'll accept that.
If they feel comfortable with it, then by all means. It's really really just down to them.
No, but if you were to just twist our arms, this works so much better as a live action fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Completely agreed.
Animation cannot do this 100% justice. Even if it's 3D, and even if they use, even with Unreal Engine, Blender, what have you, it's just like this needs that live action element, because these two feel like it's in their element. You know, they're not human. And if they're animated like they are, then it kind of loses that touch.
I mean, I think it still could work.
But you know, like, again, like you would miss all the subtle details that you just can't get with live action. Like, again, best example is Nightwing versus Daredevil. Whenever they're both beating the shit out of each other and they're both knocked down, you can actually see, because of the intensity of how this is being choreographed, you can see them breathing in and out, like they're getting exhausted doing this shit, but they're pushing on. That is something you cannot get in live action. I'm sorry, in animation. Excuse me. But either way,
at the very least, regardless of how they do it, I want to see people running around scared.
Yes, I want to see there needs to be a lot of blood and carnage in this fight, because damn, these two characters are very monstrous when it comes to how they take down their kills. Like, you have Jason, who puts 2 people in a fucking bag and then just comedically slams them back against the ground. Then you have fucking Michael, who takes a shotgun and just impales somebody through a wall with it.
I still to this day have no idea how that works, but all right. I saw that when I was working on an old video. Please don't watch it. And I saw that and I was like, what the heck? Okay. Anyways, Michael, you're gonna die.
Yeah, Jason,
by the way, obviously, for obvious reasons, Jason
splatters Michael.
I mean, even if they use, because this is where it's going to be tricky, they're going to have to use a compiled version of Michael, because, spoiler alert, Michael's series has been rebooted so many times. He's literally
too many.
Yeah, he's literally he's either a regular human, or he's either in a cult. He's either in a cult that has given him superpowers, or he is just kind of both. He's a regular human, but he kind of has supernatural abilities. Like, for example,
mostly that he can't freaking die.
Yeah, well, he can die. It's just his healing factor kind of sucks compared to Jason. Which, by the way, Jason, at this point, they would be using the zombie version. And, yeah, killing zombie Jason is literally impossible.
And then there's the comics where he literally fights Ash Williams.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Like, takes a full-on shotgun blast from Ash Williams, and it's like, I'm okay.
And he took a straight impalement from Freddy out of the dream world. So
so Jason splatters Michael like no diff.
Yeah, but oh man,
but at this point they have no excuse. Like,
exactly.
No,
we've had like 2 seasons in a row with straight up Halloween episodes,
and they haven't done it.
Like,
somehow
at this point, like, come on,
you have to do. Yeah, exactly. Come on, but no balls. Pull the fucking trigger. Do this fight. Hell. This should have been. I'm like, no disrespect to Dio versus Alucard. I love that fight, but this should have been in the last season.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, it was celebrating 10 years worth of Death Battle and heavily requested fights, and this battle is heavily requested, and it's been heavily requested since the creation of Death Battle. Dio versus Alucard was only requested a couple years after that.
Yeah, but it's very rare for someone who has been requesting it since before they even worked on the show to not only write it, but also sit in its director's chair during the 10-year anniversary season. So
I know, but I'm just saying. Either way, this would be cool to see. This would put all the other past Halloween fights to shame. And that's not saying they're bad. It's just this is the fight where this raises the bar significantly.
Also, if this is live action by Ismahawk, I know some people weren't a big fan of it, but it fits. I hope they get the guy who did Red Winter to do the track. I just don't think Brandon or Therill can get that atmospheric tone of both of their horror movies.
No, I would agree. It would be better to get the guy who did Red Winter to do it.
Yeah,
it just makes sense.
Like, I don't have that much care for Red Winter, but that's just because on its own it's boring.
But
it'd be cinematic, which is kind of what you would want from people from movies.
Yes, and just if this fight doesn't happen this season, then our only hope is season 10.
Dear gosh. They just come on. Dear gosh. Just
I
that guy
know.
needs to send him out. Come on. Just
Like, what the fuck are you waiting for?
I don't know. Well, anyways, let's move on.
anyway.
Yep, we're
Hey,
Oh,
so I bet you
Tease
missed the.
fight.
I bet you missed the tease fights.
Yeah, we
Here's
went.
the last
we
one.
went a long while without him. Yep. Okay. Here we go.
It's Thor versus Vegeta.
AKA, it's the strongest Avenger versus the weakest jobber.
Thor versus Vegeta.
Yep.
About goddamn time, but also kind of bad because I wanted this fight for the longest time, but then it didn't occur to me until, wait a minute, Vegeta still loses this fight even with his new power-up, so, oh, whoops.
Oops.
Yeah, Vegeta is so about to die.
Indeed.
Which I am all for, not gonna lie. For various reasons. But most of it is because I just like Thor more. like that's really the bulk of
Valid.
it. But yeah, this fight would be sick.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
It would.
And let's be real, Thor deserves better.
Yes, he does. God, I don't even want to bring up Thor versus Wonder Woman. I just.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it's not as bad as Cap, but like.
No, it's not as bad as Cap. But
like,
it's still bad.
But it's still bad.
It's still.
On both a research level and an animation level, the latter half not being.
Well, not only that,
Torian's fault.
Not only that, but Thor has 2 mediocre at best DBXs. So.
Exactly.
Oops.
Heck, we can't even like rely on like scraping the bottom of the barrel, plunging into the depths of hell and bringing up 1 minute melee because Thor's 1 minute melee is also garbage.
What?
That is.
Great. Poor Thor.
So, yeah, what the heck, guys?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that Thor versus Raiden is like this only good fight is like genuinely sad.
It is, yes, but this is where this fight could come in, and I really think it's going to be an all-out knuckle brawl between these two in terms of who has more power than the other, the amount of transformations, explosions, just a bunch of shit getting fucked up in these two's fight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, if they wanted to, if Death Battle could afford it, this could potentially be like Goku versus Superman 1, where the whole goddamn universe could just explode from these two fighting.
Yeah.
Because that's how freaking powerful they are.
And one thing I really do want, and Mate is selling me on this even more, is I want
the hammer.
I want to see Vegeta get pinned down by the hammer. Either gets pinned down or he tries to lift it, and he's like getting so like upset and angry, and he's like switching between his different Super Saiyan forms, just trying to lift this thing up.
Oh, that sounds great.
And then I don't know if they'll do it, but one thing I think would be cool in response to that is like Vegeta's going like, "Why can't I lift this thing?" And Thor's like, "Oh, I have an idea." Picks up the hammer, smacks Vegeta with it, and sends him flying. You're not worthy.
Yes. I think they will do something similar to that. Like, either he is pinned down from the hammer, or he does try and lift it.
I want that so bad, because none of the other Thor fights do that, not even Raiden.
No. Well, I mean, it was understandable at the time why they couldn't do that with Raiden, because, again, this is Season 1.
Resources. I know. I get it.
Yeah. But for Thor, for the second time, it was inexcusable. It's like, why the fuck didn't they do it?
Yeah. Like, I want to see that. I want to see Vegeta try to lift Mjolnir. And just him failing so miserably. It'd be funny.
Yep.
And then Vegeta gets his skull caved in.
Yeah, which, again, okay, look, I like Vegeta, I really do, but he's gonna die. Like,
can you imagine the response to that, though?
I can't.
Dear.
Like, all the casual reaction videos just see Vegeta get absolutely manhandled, and
dear.
I can tell you most of the Dragon Ball community. I can tell you most of the Dragon Ball community are going to be pissed, except for Seth the programmer. Seth the programmer and Chuck the Cybercuck. They're probably going to be like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Okay, but never mind.
I'm just using examples here, but no, the point. This does pretty much, and it is going to start that chain reaction that Goku Black versus Reverse Flash started, where Dragon Ball characters are going to start losing now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they've been in dire need of one, so like.
I mean, again, and plus two, it makes sense for them to be doing this fight because there is going to be a new Dragon Ball movie that does feature Vegeta, but he's not the central protagonist, and neither is Goku. Oh my God, what world are we living in for that?
Oh my God.
There's like a Dragon Ball movie that doesn't have Goku and Vegeta in it? And then you have Thor: Love and Thunder coming out next year.
Yeah.
Wait, I think it is this year. Never mind, it is this year.
It is
not next year.
I think it is this year.
Yeah. So, and again, they're both. Thematically, it makes even more sense to do.
Yeah, it's this year.
Okay, cool. Also, voice acting. They have to bring the guy who played Thor the last time back.
Yeah,
I did enjoy his performance.
Yeah, I don't like Thor versus Wonder Woman, but he's not lie.
Yeah,
he was good in that. Especially his delivery on the "Feel Heaven's Wrath."
Yeah, that was so cool.
It was.
It's like
but now
one of the only impactful moments in that entire fight.
Also, when he goes berserker, it's like his delivery is so. I legit get chills, and my body just twitches whenever he yells, and he's like, "Ah,
okay, the delivery, yes, the line is garbage.
Yeah, it's like, I'll kill you, Dad. It's like, okay, he's now transformed into Super Bitch Prime.
Yeah, he's now Super Mary Sue Prime. Okay. But now Vegeta.
But then we get to Vegeta.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, just bring Lanny back," and yes, I'm down. But if they want to go the Goku Black or Dio route and just be like, let's get someone who's more, it sounds more like Chris Sabat.
There were two options. For me, at least. I know what and it is the same as Brobuscus, but I'm just going to bring up mine first, because I would want them to do Alex Walker-Smith as Vegeta. He plays Vegeta in Moscow X's Dragon Ball R&R series, and I'm dead serious, he does do a pretty solid early Chris Sabat voice. Like, it's almost uncanny.
Alright, well, here's my retort. Tom Shaw.
Yeah. Well, there it is.
Okay, so I'm not expecting ZDogg to put the scene on screen, but
he should.
It probably would help my argument.
Please do, feature editor ZDogg. Please put it up on screen.
I'll see.
But so on Twitter, and I think on his YouTube channel, I don't know.
Yeah, it's on his YouTube channel.
Okay, cool. So Tom Shulk has a little skit, a Dragon Ball skit of Goku and Vegeta arguing with each other. Oh, it must be a day that ends in Y. And it's a parody of the argument between Obi-Wan and Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. The whole Empire skit.
Yes, and he did 2 versions.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
But he voices both of them. And he does it in, like, he voices Goku as Sean Schemmel and Vegeta as Chris Sabat. And both of them, I kid you not, are spot on.
Don't you lecture me, Kakarot! I see through the lies of your so-called pure heart. I do not fear my Saiyan heritage as you do. I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire. Yeah, your new empire? Don't make me kill you. Vegeta, my allegiance is to the planet Earth.
Yep.
Well, okay, off topic, I'll send you this. Tom's is good, but there's somebody who is better, and I'm not kidding you. Like, again, I'll show this to you because you have to hear this to believe this. There is somebody online that can actually do a 100% beat for beat Sean Schemmel impression. It's not even a joke. It's not like Tom's where it's close. No, I'm dead serious. This guy, he sounds like Sean's identical twin. I know I'm hyping him up, but again, I'll send it to you guys off screen, and you tell me that does not sound like Sean Schemmel.
Okay, I'll hold you to it. But then again, Sean Schemmel is not the talking point here.
No, he's not. I know, but again, it was off topic. But yeah, back on topic. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Tom is super great as Vegeta. Like he also did 2 versions of this. He did the original Z style where it's literally just the lines from Revenge of the Sith, but he also did a second version with Dragon Ball Z Kai where it's meant to be a parody of here's the actual translation of what they're saying. The Kai version is just as funny. But yeah, oh my god, his Vegeta is so good.
Like even like Liam commented on it on Twitter. It's like, bro, I thought you actually got Sean and Chris. What the crap?
Yes.
I saw okay, real talk. I saw the clip. It was in my Twitter feed, so I was like, why not? I know the guy. He's funny. He's cool. He's a good voice actor. And it was like he found that he set it up like as like lost footage or something.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it and I'm like, oh wow, that's really is lost footage. Holy crap. This is so weird. And then I scroll through the comments to see what everyone's saying, or the replies rather, because it's Twitter. To see what they're saying, and I see Liam, and he's like, dude, I thought you actually got Sean and Chris. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? Like, wait a minute, that wasn't actually them. And then I listened to it more and more. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's him. That's Tom. And it plays into what I say every time. It plays into what I say every time I bring this up. I bring him up. Tom is legit, probably the most versatile voice actor I've ever heard.
He rivals Nick in terms of his versatility.
Like not only like both Goku and Vegeta, obviously, in Death Battle he was Kool-Aid Man and Dio. He has like these like Pokemon videos on his channel that are years old. And every Pokemon that shows up, he voices, and he gives them different voices. And I bumped into that. I had watched that a lot when I was younger, and then I bumped into it when looking through his YouTube channel before Dio vs. Alucard came out. And I saw that. I was like, wait, I remember this. Wait, that was him.
Yeah.
I thought he had just uploaded on his YouTube channel for the lulz.
Nope.
No, that's his project.
Yes,
and he animated them too. I mean, the animations are as simple as you can get, but they're there.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what you're getting out of all of this fangasming from us is, while Lenny would be the most logical choice, I have to unfortunately disagree with.
I'm perfectly okay with it if they get Lanny. Like,
I'll be content if they get Lanny, but I realistically think if they want to really capture what Sabat did and they really want to capture Vegeta, then Tom is the perfect choice. Like, I'm not saying Lenny is bad. No. He is a great Vegeta. He's an elite. He's right up there with Tom, Alex.
I think he's I think his voice is Vegeta. I think I like him just as much as the official voice.
Yeah, no.
And I don't like the abridged. I don't like the abridged. I'm just basing it off of what I heard on fan projects.
Yeah, no, because when he's not being Team 4-Star Vegeta and he has to be regular Vegeta, he's very great. Very fucking great. Same thing with his Piccolo, but I really think...
Piccolo's great.
For me, it's kind of the Taka worry that they're just going to exaggerate and make it more Team 4-Star, because with his Vegeta...
I don't think so.
Well, okay, no. I'm not, like, with his Vegeta really leans and heavily into the screaming and into the one-liners. Like, he's almost an exaggeration of Vegeta, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But if it can be like Taka, where they're, like, scaling him back and telling him to tone it down, just be regular Vegeta, then I think it could be good. And it would be appropriate for him to play this character again, because Lenny was one of the first voice actors in Death Battle, period. So he's a legacy actor, so it would make sense to bring him back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with Brobuscus. You need to get Tom. Tom is super damn good, and I think he can deliver that emotion very well. I would also just love to hear more of his Vegeta in anything, really. I'm kind of sad that he hasn't played him in that much, because whenever you think of internet Vegetas, you either think of Lenny Pator or you think of Prince Vegeta.
And you can take that silence to judge just which one we're thinking of.
But that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, match cool. Thor win. Voice acting,
please
you do whatever
Tom.
You want. Honestly, whether they get Tom or Nick or Lanny, I mean, if they get Jonah back as Thor, I'm content. I want to see him get a second shot.
Don't recast him, please. It's like, come on, give the guy another chance.
Although, Mate brought up something funny. I don't think they'll do it, but can you imagine if they bring Lanny back as Vegeta, but they have Chris voice Thor? I'm not saying they're gonna do it. I'm not saying they'll do it. I'm saying quite the opposite.
No.
But can you imagine? Can you imagine if that does happen? That'd be funny.
I can. It would. It would.
So yeah.
Let's move on.
Yep.
More cartoons, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, it features a cartoon character, so something.
Yep.
The other one's a comic book character, though.
Yep.
Huzzah!
Battle of the Super Doggos. Yay.
Yeah, this won't make us sad at all.
Yeah, our first pet-on-pet death battle. Pokemon versus Digimon doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. Also, pet. Also, saying pet in Pokemon related to Pokemon makes me cringe.
Agreed.
Crypto versus Underdog.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, too, another Red Runner matchup, because he has been requesting this for a long time, and
yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it's cool.
You get two, buddy. You get two.
And unlike the last one, I can actually talk about this one.
Yes.
I mean, not for Underdog's sake, but more so for Crypto.
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan. I'm more of the Underdog kind of expert.
Literally.
I have seen Yes, I have seen Underdog's show, and I have seen his movie.
I've seen the movie at least.
All right. Well, you
Do not recommend you watch the movie. Just I don't recommend it. It's
Noted.
It's essentially they took the Alvin and the Chipmunks style to it.
Okay, good to know. Anyways, yeah. I remember like really young. I don't remember anything about it, but I remember watching the Super Dog cartoon.
Crypto, it's a super dog.
Yeah. I remember nothing about it, like anything about the show, but I remember watching it a lot. So I know something about crypto. I have some investment in them.
Yeah, same here. I that was my only exposure to crypto as well. I mean, I knew of him, but the biggest exposure came from his cartoon series, and I even had, fun fact, me and my brother at our KFC, they had those little machines with the claws in them with stuffed animals or plushies, and in those were a crypto and Ace the Bad Hound plushie, so we got them. I got Ace the Bad Hound, he got crypto. We both lost them in the move.
Yeah, well,
There were a lot.
crap happens.
Yeah, but but I love crypto. And it's like
Super
how could you
not
not love dogs.
Super not looking forward to the new movie though.
Oh right, yeah, that's something I kind of forgot about. Yeah, so crypto's getting more exposure, but this time in a CG kids film where he's voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
I guess. I mean, it
And
looks
all that
harmless.
all of that sounded fine, and then I watched the trailer, and it's like, oh, it's toilet humor. Awesome.
Well, that and Bat Hound is voiced by Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
That's supposed to be Ace.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that.
But
yeah, I'm probably not gonna watch it.
yeah, no. Either way, but this is kind of a unique fight in terms of these aren't mammals; these are dogs, and holy crap, the stuff they could do with this fight, it would be interesting.
Yeah, Crypto is basically an animal version of Superman.
Basically.
Even in the comics,
Yeah.
like even in the comics, he's straight up dog Superman.
Yeah, and Crypto and Underdog is essentially kind of a mix of Crypto and actually, yeah, no, I can't remember. He's essentially Superman's the Superman dog. He has all the traits of Superman: super strength, flight, speed, but he's even more ridiculously powerful. And for the longest time, I thought he could win this fight. But then I realized...
And then the comics are a thing.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, wait.
And then you realize, wait, Crypto's a comic book character. Because every time someone suggests this and thinks, oh, Underdog has a good chance of winning, they only think of the cartoon.
Would.
Yeah. And then you look at the comics and it's like, oh wait, Crypto is literally dog Superman. Like, I mean that in every sense of the term. He is literally dog Superman.
Yeah, he can do everything Superman can do.
So, Underdog, you are so dead.
Yeah.
Which is sad because his name being Underdog, it's ironic that he
is the underdog of the fight.
Yeah. But I could see this being very fun. Again, this could work as either a hand drawn or a sprite fight.
Yeah, but we have it as a sprite fight. That said, if they decide to go the Smokey versus McGruff route and have Underdog dive with a dog whimper, I'm actually going to boycott the episode.
Well, to me, that wouldn't make sense because Underdog, well, he is classified as a dog. His cartoon, he's not a traditional dog. Like him and other dogs actually.
They would totally
do
it. They would totally do it. And I'm like, please don't. I'd be ready for Crypto, but no matter who wins, just please don't
Yeah, don't do that.
Please don't do that. My heart can't take that.
No, I mean, I don't want to see my childhood die in such a horrible way. But yeah, no. I have a bias. I have more of a bias for Underdog than I do Crypto, but yeah, I can't really make any arguments for Underdog winning unless they specifically just decided to use the cartoon. Because again, it would be fair if they just used the cartoon version of Crypto against Underdog, because Underdog unfortunately got no other exposure outside of his original cartoon and movie, whereas Crypto got more exposure in the comics, and then he had a TV show, and then he just continued to be in the comics, and now he gets his own movie.
I mean, to be fair, like, it's not like Crypto's like a big major player in DC.
No, he's not.
He's just Superman's pet.
Yes.
But, you know, being Superman's pet just comes with the purpose of like, oh wait, I'm Superman, but I'm a dog.
Although, voice acting wise, they would obviously have to get a voice if they can't.
Oh,
I feel like they could get.
I don't think they'd skip out on the opportunity to get a voice for Crypto.
No, yeah, exactly. It makes sense. I mean, why not? I mean, his 2 outside comic appearances have had him have voice acting, so there is that.
There was apparently like I think it was like a short film or something that has like, that was mostly focused on Supergirl, that Crypto shows up in for a brief moment, and he's just a dog there. I don't know, like Supergirl's there, like she's kind of the main central focus, but like she's getting help from like Superman and Batman. I forget the name of the movie.
That's cool.
I'm just gonna wiki search Crypto. I'll probably find it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, this could be very good, and I would just love to see this fight.
Yep.
It's Superman Batman Apocalypse. That's what it was.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was like, it's starting to sound familiar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Crypto was originally supposed to appear in Injustice 2? Oh, no, I'm sad.
I know. Damn you, Ed Boon.
Injustice 3 is around the corner, so...
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe he'll be in that.
Perhaps.
Alright, moving swiftly onwards. We got 2 more.
Alright. Yep.
The penultimate episode. And it is my time to shine.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Tag in.
Well,
yep.
Half of it anyway. Because the next fight is another cartoon fight. And it's one where I have watched at least one of these cartoons. And that do be Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and Jake.
Actually, no, wait. I can shine in this too. I know both of these. Damn it, Brobuscus.
Well, you can at least shine in on Adventure Time because I don't watch that show.
Fair. I'll give you that.
So yeah, I super freaking want this fight. I think this would be so funny. Like, I know people are gonna look at this and be like, "Oh wait, these two aren't really that much of combatants." So I'm like, I mean, sure, but they get into enough wacky crap that I think it's worthwhile to at least bring that in. Plus, like, literally the final season of regular show, they go up into freaking space and fight God. So, so I mean, yeah. Yeah, this has the potential to be incredibly wacky. Plus, plus it's a tag team fight, and we haven't had that since Ratchet and Clank versus Jack and Daxter.
Dear guy. What the crap?
So, yeah. Plus, like, it's relatively simple. I mean, they're both long cartoons, but it's the one cartoon for both of them. It's honestly, like, it's just watching a cartoon. It seems like it might be difficult to analyze, but like actually getting all the stuff down, that seems pretty simple to me. So there's that. Like it's not like like Ben 10 where like yeah, it's like it's just cartoons, but like it's cartoons featuring like millions of aliens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so with Adventure Time, I like Brobuscus. I love regular show. It's one of my all-time Silver Age Cartoon Network shows. It is like
show.
I was even more pissed off, like everybody else, that for its series finale they didn't do a marathon of it and decided, hey, what's the best way to celebrate its final going? By having nothing but Teen Titans Go marathons, you cocksuckers. Anyway, so yes, I have seen Adventure Time. I do love it. Finn and Jake, one of my second favorite Cartoon Network duo. They are awesome. And I do think that they could present a challenge to Mordecai and Rigby, but let me be real with y'all. Mordecai and Rigby got this.
Yay! I was actually curious about that. I actually don't know about Adventure Time stats anymore.
Okay, last time I checked, okay, even with Jake...
I mean, Mordecai and Rigby straight up survive the planet exploding in their face. Like,
well, that and they survive their whole universe getting wiped out.
That's true. That's true.
So,
yeah, exactly.
But yes, even though I stopped watching Adventure Time religiously after season 4 or 5, and I would check up on it here and there, but I did watch the Distant Land short that came out last year. I can confirm that, yeah, even after their series ended, Finn and Jake never got to that level of power or durability. So they are somewhat, maybe large town, city level at best.
I've heard planetary. That's the last I
potentially, yeah. They could be
there's like an Ice
planetary.
King. There's like an Ice King feat or something. Last I checked.
Okay, then large planetary is about the best they can do. But they also have no other way to get around Mordecai and also too, in terms of actual teamwork, they are better coordinated with each other because they're both adopted brothers, so they're much better in sync. Whereas Mordecai and Rigby, they tend to goof off and kind of stave off the path of teamwork. But when
they're both kind of douchebags to each other.
That too. But when they're both dedicated enough, they can accomplish a goal. So, yeah. And Finn and Jake will definitely be a challenge to keep them on their back feet. But ultimately, with everything Mordecai and Rigby have at their arsenal, including their damn it, I forgot how to say it. Their Death Kwon Do.
Yes.
They could, even if you just gave them Death Kwon Do, then Finn and Jake lose. I'm sorry, because the shit that they did when they...
There's that, there's the Fists of Justice, the power, and
the fact that
the power is borderline reality warping. Like,
because between the two shows, I would say that regular show uses Toon Force for both of them much more better than Adventure Time, because with Adventure Time, it's a medieval. It's more about medieval action than it is, Toon Force. Yes, Finn and Jake still have Toon Force, but they're not fucking warping realities, or they're not going up against people who could just warp the fucking reality they live in.
Well, cool. That gives me more hope. Because I'm thinking about this fight. Because like I remember there was a debate about this in a server I used to be in, like a general versus server, and they did this match, and it ended up in a tie. And I'm like, huh?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I think.
I'm like, huh? Okay. And I think the DB Cast server did it as a community battle. I think Mordecai and Rigby won that. I don't remember all of the details.
No, I've heard a whole lot of back and forth from many different sources. Here it goes. So.
Yeah.
So the more I hear people say Mordecai and Rigby win, the more I get filled with hope. Because I tried watching Adventure Time, and it is not for me. Like, it is so not my cup of tea.
Adventure Time is good. I would say if you could give it another chance, but maybe. Again, if
this matchup happens, maybe.
Okay, at least give the first season a watch if it happens. You don't have to watch the whole series. Just give the first season a watch. But anyway, I'm excited about this matchup if it happens because again, I love both of these shows, and again, we can all agree. For better or for worse, if it wasn't for both of these shows, Cartoon Network would have been dead. It was already on the decline.
Oh, yeah.
But these two shows brought it back to where it truly belongs. And again, this has been a fight a lot of us have wanted to see. It is a legacy fight, so yeah, why not do it?
Yeah.
And, actors... I just hope they can do their best because again, it's like I love the official actors.
Alice Mordecai would be kind of cool.
Yeah, but just
I don't think they can. Like, I know I think I've seen someone ask because both shows are over. Is it possible that they could get at least one of their official voice actors? I'm like,
wow. Okay.
I can't speak for Finn. Mordecai, maybe.
Mordecai is a maybe because his creator and his voice actor / creator is doing his own new show. Close Enough, which by the way, highly recommend you watch Close Enough. Very good.
I haven't seen it, but that name is funny. Because
it's very good.
It's just it's a more got double meaning.
Anyways,
Rigby and Jake, no, they're not getting their official voice actors.
No, unfortunately not. I don't see John DiMaggio returning, and I especially don't see Mordecai's. Because, okay, for those of you that don't know, I'm about to blow your mind. Mordecai
I think I already know. And it does
Rigby's
blow my mind.
Voice actor, Rigby's voice actor is the same guy who voiced Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man PS4.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What the frick?
I had no idea for the longest time. And then someone brought it to my attention. Someone brought it to my attention on Twitter. I'm like, what?
Okay, I had no idea. Okay. That's funny, but okay. Here, guys.
It's awesome.
Yeah, they're probably not getting that guy.
No.
Probably not.
Finn and Mordecai, I could see it. I mean, especially since also too, regular show is long over, but Adventure Time is still going. It got a series of shorts last year, and it's getting a spin-off series with the female versions of them, Fiona and Kate. So,
why is the name funny to me? Anyways, if any of them, best bet is probably JG Quintel, who's the voice of Mordecai. But even then, I'm not entirely sure because the only reason why I say that is because JG isn't an insanely established voice actor. He's just voiced in his own projects.
Exactly, yes. He's voiced Mordecai in regular show, and he voices the main husband character in Close Enough. Also, too, that may make it even more hard to get the regular show out of your mouth if you haven't decided to check it out, Brobuscus, because you're essentially hearing human Mordecai.
Right.
Yeah. But Finn, too, I could see them getting Finn. I mean, Finn's actor has come back multiple times to play the character. I mean, he's even playing the character in the Multiverses game that's coming out this year. So, Yeah. I would. I like to see it, but if it's all new actors, I'm good with that. As long as they can pay tribute to the original.
I mean, Mordecai isn't exactly a voice that's hard to impersonate. It's an average Joe Schmo voice.
Yeah, Rigby and Jake, I would say, are a little hard. Because again, it's like, yeah, you try doing a John DiMaggio impression.
Really
hard.
Really. Okay. Last one.
Yes, let's end it off good.
Season finale, and I bet you're all expecting a certain matchup to be mentioned. No, we're not talking about Galactus versus Unicron. No, instead, we're gonna bring up a rather recent matchup. One that I kind of alluded to being like having the potential to be a season finale in a previous podcast. We're gonna be talking about Simone the Digger versus Kyle Rayner.
Yep.
I may have to drop out on this one because I do know stuff about Kyle Rayner, but it's not enough, and I have nothing on Simon the Digger. So, yeah, I have nothing to contribute to this.
I don't even have much either. I've been meaning to get into Gurren Lagann, I just never have. And as I said before, I do want to read Kyle's comics because I think he, like, just from what I do know, he sounds kind of cool. But yeah, I think you all know why this fight elevated to popularity so much.
It may or may not be playing in the background right now.
I would hope so. I would hope so. But yeah. And just like thinking about it, like I don't know much about Simone, but I know Gurren Lagann gets freaking weird. Like even by Studio Trigger standards. By the way, I didn't even know that it was Studio Trigger for the longest time. Like even by Studio Trigger standards, Gurren Lagann gets freaking weird. So that plus a Green Lantern equals awesomeness. Although I guess Kyle's a White Lantern. Now that I think about it, like they probably use White Lantern Kyle.
Probably, but still.
White Lantern Kyle plus Adult Simone. Adult Simone's actually voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, so they could get Nal back. It'd be Ben versus Hal too.
Let's go.
Except this time, Ben gets his revenge.
You sure about that? Okay.
I know.
I don't know. Also, my headphones just freaking died. Fantastic.
I was gonna say it's very different now. Oh, dear.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
Well, we're new again, so whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I'll have to plug these in later. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I still, to this day, like, I know the consensus is Simone wins, but I don't know. Something about it is, I just can't shake the feeling, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it, but I just don't know for sure.
I'm just never gonna forget how busted Green Lanterns are. And then if they use White Lantern Kyle on top of that, like, White Lanterns are another beast entirely.
Oh boy. Yep. So, we'll see. Yeah.
And then obviously it begs the question: how on earth are they going to top load the drill?
It's quite simple, actually. They don't.
They just say, "All right, fuck it, get Will the Drill as the soundtrack."
Exactly.
And I wish that was possible. But
what the fuck do you mean you wish? Just do it. Why even bother trying? I'm sorry,
man.
Brandon. You can't do. Look, Brandon, I love you, man. I love you. Like, did you improve on on your only mate's commission for Blake versus Mikasa? Yes, you did. But you can't do it with this. I'm sorry.
Okay, here's the counter argument.
What?
It's literally like illegal to do that.
God,
like Brandon's kind of like contractually obligated to make a new track.
Yeah.
Watching
makes a better one anyway.
Oh, you probably can.
I mean, he can still use elements from that track.
Sure.
He can keep some of the lyrics, like maybe even the sound. It's just, yeah, for obvious reasons, he has no choice. He's obligated to do it.
Maybe Therwolf can get involved.
Yeah.
Like, because Brandon believes that Therwolf is the better composer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe Therwolf does the instrumental, and then Brandon and whoever else chimes in with vocals. I mean, I know that it's like you know, it's a commission track, so like obviously Brandon could just like use that as a template, but at the same time, like that's most commissions, even like at least the regular ones, are like they're 3-minute long, like $200 tunes. That's good, and a lot of them are really good, but this is a collaborative effort between not just Brandon and Trey, but also all of the commissioners. Like, they went ham on making sure this was the best thing ever. Like getting a guest vocalist, which even like just a vocalist at all is like an extra $100. I think like 3 different people worked on the album cover alone. I'm pretty sure like getting a custom album cover is like another $20. So that's another $60 out. So I'm estimating one of the commissioners is probably watching this and will correct me, confirm. But okay, so the track is like 5 minutes long. So I think Brandon said like for every minute is another $50.
Oh boy.
So that's a $300 instrumental. 2 vocalists adds another $200. And then 3 artists for the album cover. So that's what, $760?
Oh dear gosh, they better have gotten their money's worth.
Although I think a few of the album artists are some of the commissioners, so maybe that helped out a little bit.
Fair.
I don't know. I'm making assumptions. They could probably just tell us in the comments.
Yep.
Or they don't. I don't really give a crap.
I kind of want to know now, but whatever.
Hey, if it's like if they prefer to keep it private, then whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care that much.
I don't care that much.
So anyways, yeah. I don't really have a lot to say about this fight. Like it's
really cool.
Really cool.
Oh boy.
I thought it was Spite at first, but now I actually want it.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. So yeah, here's our season 9. Watch us be completely and totally wrong.
We probably will.
Probably are.
Oh well, it's all in good fun. Whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah. We'll just have to wait and see.
Actually, real quick, since we're at the very end, I'm curious: is there any like just pipe stream ideas that you guys want, like that you don't think will be in, but you still want to get
that
it?
I want?
Yeah.
No. That I want? I don't think so.
The one that I want but don't think will be in, sure. It's
just as a final wrap up thing. Why not?
okay. It would be the Winchester brothers versus the protagonist from oh wait, that's it. Scully and Solder and Scully, I think. Yeah, that's it. You know, from whatchamacallit. They're wow, it's been a while since I remember the show.
You're really struggling here.
Mulder and Scully. That's it. Mulder and Scully. Okay. Yes, I would want to see the Winchester brothers from Supernatural versus Mulder and Scully from the X-Files. There we go. I got
it. Okay.
There we go.
That's it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You got it eventually.
Yeah. But yeah. I blame Origin Animation because he did a cool teaser trailer for it, and I'm like, holy shit, this could actually work. You know, and you can get Nick to come back and reprise his role as playing both Sam and Dean, because he does a very good Jensen Ackles impersonation. Like, he did it for the Hollywood Supernatural music videos that they did, and he even did a 12 Days of Christmas style video on his YouTube channel. So yeah, it'd be cool. Right. And he even said if he does come back to voice them, he wants Noelle, and he wants I believe it was Noelle. He wants Noelle and Danny Shepard to play the bodies of Dean and Sam.
All right. I was wondering just at the end if there's any like more ideas that we want. Just because obviously there's more of a prediction if there's like any ones that we really want to see.
I guess I can name a few that I had on my original list, but then again, my list is more of a prediction based. So
yeah, which I may or may not put on screen. We'll see.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Because some of those I think really should have made this list. But obviously, obviously things happen.
Yeah, can I name one more, ZDogg, before Brobuscus does his?
Sure.
I've actually mentioned this before in the past to you both, but I'll say it again here. I pitched this to Luis, and he said it's a cool idea, and maybe it'll happen one day. And that's Buzz Lightyear, the hero, not the toy, the actual Buzz Lightyear versus Space Ghost.
Sure, that sounds funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
So aside from some prediction, I'll just name like a couple big ones. Really just two. Just a couple big ones on the list, and then I'm gonna take this time to shill a matchup I just posted on Twitter. Because I can. A couple of the other ones on the list I have that I honestly I'm pretty sure are gonna happen this season are Killua versus Akame, Hunter versus Akame got Kill, and Nero versus Hellboy.
Hey.
Nice.
We just got Kirby Kid on this team. Like, it felt kind of clear to me. Or well, whatever. Anyways, the matchup I wanted to show real quick, because I posted it on Twitter and I can't get it out of my head. And if this match happens, I'm just gonna tell you right now, prepare for a documentary. It's Dinobot from Beast Wars versus Starscream from Transformers Armada.
Oh boy!
I got that.
If you want a good analysis on Starscream, look up a YouTube channel by the name of crap, I'm gonna get this wrong. Kamadin Cam. He did a couple really good analysis videos on Transformers Armada. One of which is on Starscream. It is a half hour long, but it is really good, and he does draw some parallels to Dinobot. And if you want to know about Dinobot, I did a blog a couple of years ago that features him. So just look it up on Blogspot.
Or maybe it'll be linked in the description. Whoa. I don't know.
So yeah.
Right.
I want to do like one of those like French matchups for every blank character, and I want to do one on Beast Wars.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I want to do one on Beast Wars because I have so many cool ideas.
You can go for it.
The problem is I'm lazy, and I don't want to work. I don't want to overwork Da Vinci again. I've been having a lot of technical issues.
Understandable. Okay. Well, I guess real quick. Let's see. What's one? I don't know. Just freaking. I can't really think of any. I guess just right now, my initial thing is any Skullgirls matchups. Though anyone from my video, please. I beg of you, because I know I continually talk about the series, but damn it, I really want to. Yeah. It's like since Kill la Kill got on, it's like the franchise I want to see the most right now.
Understandable.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's it. Goodbye.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, that will be it for us. So, well, I guess we'll see you when Death Metal Season 9 comes out. I don't think we really have any more plans between now and then. And get ready for episode 50. That's next.
Oh boy.
Yes, it is. We're very excited for it.
We've got plans. I'm excited for these plans.
Yes, we do. Oh dear.
I hope you guys are looking forward to episode 50 because it's going to be sick.
Absolutely. And sorry if I sound different. My my headphone just died, so it's probably a good thing we're going to wrap it up.
All right.
This was fun. We hope y'all enjoyed. We had a lot of fun putting this prediction list together, and who knows, we may do this again for season 10. Emphasis on May.
Okay.
Emphasis on May.
We'll see.
So yeah. So I guess we'll see you guys when season 9 comes out.
Yep. And hopefully we'll have a list. We can have a counter to see how many times we were right with our predictions.
It's probably going to be like
We'll probably
one.
do that at the end of the season. One. Maybe we can do that at the end of the season. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, bye.
Yep. Bye.
Adios.